All right. All right. All right. All right. I got to clean my glasses here. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, Ahaya has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm coming a little late, but better late than never. And I will say that so much is going on, and that's why I'm running behind. But yet, and all, here I am. I'm coming with a message regarding where would you really think we are at today? Where are we at today? Where do you think we're at today? Okay. Being so, I'm starting to feel this thing in a way like no other. Okay. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay for Sister Deborah to feel these things because these things need be. And me feeling these things is a sign that my Father is near to the point of the next hour in which running into the minutes, things going to change. I'm starting to feel things and things starting to happen. Like I said before, when I think, things starts to happen. When I feel things now, things are starting to happen. Meaning the things that I think, bam, there it is. The things that I'm feeling, bam, there it is. And honestly, in the flesh, I'm going to cut this light off and see if it makes it okay. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. And in the flesh, let me tell you. Mm, 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 mm. So I say unto you that where are we? Where would you say that we are at in this day and time? Where are we in this day and time? To be honest, I don't think very many could tell you. I don't think there's very many. I don't even think there's a few that can tell you because we are in a situation where everybody is like nonchalant. People are embracing it as if we're in such a good time in life, a time of so much good time, joy, and peace. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's no needing laying down and dying. You got to keep running. But we're in a position and in a time period, and I'm going to call it time period because I think we are running up on minutes now. I'm not going to even say hours. I'm going to start saying minutes. Too much is happening before me. And when I see it in the spirit realm, now it's bam, there it is. When I feel it in the spirit realm, bam, there it is. And that's kind of scary. It's scary for the flesh of who I am because it's showing me that the time in which we are in, it's more critical than the time in which people think that they're in. It's real bad. I mean, like off the chain. And I'm gonna tell you in the last, say, 3 days, guess what I've been thinking? This is only when I'm out. And there's been a couple of times I thought of it when I was inside the house. But when I'm out, I'm like, this is it. It is really over. And I can't believe I'm living in these days. That's exactly how I feel. Because I can feel it's over. And it's really hard to grip in the flesh because I'm trying to believe, I'm trying to grip it in a way that, okay, you can still do this. You can do this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at this and I'm feeling this thing different, you know, and I'm like at a point where I'm like, wait a minute, this thing is getting kind of for real. I mean, like for real. And it is for real. But I'm just speaking of my flesh and how it's taking what need be. See, the flesh is on the outside saying, wait a minute, now hold up. Now something is really going on. And the spirit said, yes, it need be. The spirit says, yes, it need be. And the flesh is saying, ooh, but it's coming so close. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm seeing it, and I'm not seeing it as, let's say, a beautiful, sunny, good day. The weather is awesome. I'm seeing it like in a form of, I can't believe it. It's really here. And I'm telling y'all, this is what's going on in my natural mind when I'm out. Oh, I can't believe we really here. I can't believe I live to see this day. Because I'm seeing so much of the reality of revelation. The reality of the things that the Father is showing me in the spirit realm. I'm seeing these things. And I'm like, my flesh is like, I wonder, do anybody else see this? I wonder, do anybody else feel this? But yet there's no fear in the flesh. It's just a puzzle, a wondering, you know? But the spirit is so calm and okay because it's like, this need be, you know? But we're in a place that I would say, and I'm going to go on and say it, 99.9 have not even recognized where we're at today. We're in that place. So I decided this morning when I got up, okay, give me something, Father, to go on. And I began to he didn't give it to me. So I just decided to just go into knowing a little bit about David, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I began to think about Solomon. And I was going in and out of all of them. And I realized something, y'all. These people went through some things. They fought many battles. But look where we end up. And I'm like saying, as I'm reading this, I said, David. David didn't even have time to even build a temple for the Father. Solomon had to be the one because the Father told David, that's okay. I'm going to get a seed, your seed. And that was Solomon that built the Father's temple. That's how busy David was fighting wars, y'all. Fighting battles. And just imagine all that he was going through, all the way up until even his elderly years. It didn't start when he destroyed Goliath. Y'all, that was just the beginning of it. This man been fighting wars. I mean, real wars. All David saw was blood and flesh. But yet he hung up on to Yah's unchanging hands. But this is what I try to explain to you all. A lot of people think they're escaping. They're wicked and they're evil. They think that they can pretend and put on this here facade as if, oh, I'm all holy than thou. And I'm, I got it. But they don't even understand why I'm talking to you. Want me to tell y'all, share with y'all what the Spirit is giving me? Let me show you what I'm saying. I'm sitting here wanting y'all to feel David because I feel David. When I got into the word, I was listening to the wars that David was and how the Father told him that he was going to cause his seed to build his temple for him. And that's why Solomon built the temple of the Most High Yah, one like no other. The Father told David that he was going to get his seed to build him a temple. Now, just imagine all them years David was fighting wars after wars after wars. All David's life, he saw blood and flesh, blood and flesh, blood and flesh. And let me tell y'all the key to that. As I'm sitting here saying that to y'all, this is what the Father said to me. He said, Deborah, do you know why? I said, because he was your servant. He said, yes, he was my servant, but do you know why? You want me to tell y'all what the Father said to me right now while I'm on here and I did not know? He said, you see all them wars you were sitting here reading about David and what he was doing? You know why David couldn't fight? I mean, why David couldn't build the temple? He was going through too many wars. He was always out on the battlefield, killing. And wars after wars, defeating. Always. And the Father spoke to me with a quiet voice as I was saying it to you. Let me share with y'all what he said. He said, do you know why? And in my quiet spirit, I said, no. And I'm still talking to you while I'm talking to y'all. I said, no, because he was your servant. He said, not my servant. But my servant, David, when he had that woman's husband killed on the battlefield, even though David was a man that Yah had called, all of his life, he had to fight wars. That's what the Father was saying to my spirit, in my spirit. He was saying this to me. That's why. I didn't know that. I knew David had caused that young man to lose his life because he wanted Bathsheba, but I didn't know that Yah allowed that to follow him all his life. See how we think we know these men? See how we still don't get it? We're still falling to sin and the curse of our forefathers 400 years ago. Do y'all get it? You see? See, we thinking as people that we can lie, manipulate, and deceive people that it was like this. But when that Ruach HaKodesh comes, and I'm like sitting up this morning and said, okay, I'm just going to read about Abraham. And then I'm going to go into David. But I went to David first. And I was like, Father, they was fighting wars, wasn't they? I mean, these were men of titles. And you look back over their lives, you can see them as servants of Yah. How Yah was there with David. David fought so many wars, this country here couldn't touch it. And all the countries in the world in the last 400 years couldn't touch the wars that David fought. David couldn't raise his own children. He couldn't be with all his wives. See, what good? But Yah said, I tell you what, even what you did to that woman's husband, I'm going to let it fall on your wives. And your wife's going to have your neighbors. I was like, wow, it's in there, y'all. It really, see, you all think that this creator that we serve, you really think he suckle up under you. He rumbles your way, the way you think, you feel, and you say it is. But let me tell you, you don't know the one I know. Because the one I know, and I've come to know for 60, what? Not 60 years. 50, about 58, about 57 years. Let me tell you, now about 58 years. Let me tell you, he is not one that I try. He is not one that I rely on. He is not one that I could say I'm all this and I'm all that in there. He know I'm just saying I ain't got no sense. That's why I tell y'all, I tell it like it is. But he know in spiritual realm, Deborah, you got it. Because you trusted me in who I am in the spirit. You trust in my power and everything about me. You trust in, you know why? I ain't got nothing else. And I'm not trusting him because I don't have nothing else. Who can I trust in that been dealing with me since I was 4? Not my mama, not my daddy, not my sister, not my brother, not my friend. Nobody. So that's the only friend I have. I mean, what you call a real friend. Oh, yes, to the end. So I got into it this morning and reading about David. I read about Abraham because I felt sad for Abraham. I really did, y'all. I felt sad for Abraham because I felt sad that he had to go fight those. I think it was 4 or 5 wars for Lot. And when they did that to Lot, and he went in to have to fight those wars, I mean, you see those battles, those wars. I'm like saying, see, these men were men of conquering, okay? Upholding the power of Yah. You see what I'm saying? When you look at these men today, I mean, really look at these men today. Let me put my glasses on because that's what time it is. Let me ask you a question. So let me say this first. So I'm sitting here reading about David, and I'm like, oh my goodness, oh, he had to go through so many wars. No war, United States, Russia, China, no time has greater than the wars that David fought. Have you ever thought about that? I know you haven't. But look, David been fighting wars for so long. But the war that started the wars for his battle was his sin. Because when the Father just said to me as I was talking to you, that wasn't even the part of what I wanted to say. But when the Spirit speaks to me, even when I'm talking to you, I tell y'all, I learn while I'm speaking. Who does that? How many of y'all can say you learn even when you speak? That's deep. Because as I'm sitting here talking, he said, but Deborah, do you know why? I said, because he was your servant. Not only was he my servant, he was a man also that caused another man to lose his life just because he wanted his wife. So what does that say? You took one man down for a battle. You took one man down in a battle. And from that day on, y'all had you in the war. You don't get away with it. Don't keep y'all thinking you can get away with it. You can hide under your Bible. You can hide in your clothing, your wrap, your fringes. You can hide in your feast days. You can hide in your Passover. You can hide in your woods. You can hide on your land. No matter where you hide, he got your number. All right? So hide from that. See if you can hide from that. Because when he said that to me, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. This is what I'm saying in my spirit. Hold up, I wasn't planning on going there. But see, he go there with me. Because I was going to tell you all about how many wars and what these monarch, I think they call them monarchy, men of Yah, servants of the Most High Yah, that the whole world knows about when they pick up the Bible. David, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Solomon, Moses, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, all of the ones that he had used. Answer. So I'm backing on up. I'm going all the way to the beginning. I'm going all up into Abraham and Isaac, and I just said Po Jacob. Po Jacob. Just looking at what Yah is showing me is, as I was reading and I was talking, I felt sad for David because I said, baby, you've been fighting since you killed Goliath. Did you ever get any rest? No, he didn't. But the Father spoke to me as I was saying it to you. You know why? I said, because he was your servant. Not only was he my servant, but he also had a man, an innocent man, killed on what? The battlefield. David had to fight battles all the way to the end. Y'all didn't forget his sin. You hear these men talking about David, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and all this old stuff, but they don't understand. These men paid a price. What price are you paying today? Where are you at today? You see what I'm saying? They don't think of that. They just think, oh, we the greatest of the greatest. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, everybody. But no, the Father will back you up and back you down in the spirit realm to get you correct. Because I wouldn't have never thought that when he took that young man, had that young man killed on that battlefield, that he would be fighting battles all his life. Let me say that again, because I still feel in my spirit you're missing it. David took a life on the battlefield. He had this young man life taken because he wanted his wife. And from that day on, it didn't mean nothing that David was a king. Just imagine being a king and had to go out on battlefield all your life to see blood in your army, fight, die by great numbers, get another army, fight, die. Who want that for a life? Who would want that for a life? So that tells you right there, David didn't have wives. He had women that was there, that was up under his roof. But guess what? They was worthless, because this man was always out on the battlefield to fight wars. Had not he took that man's life, said Ahiah, he would not have took his whole life fighting wars. Who wants to be, okay, let's say for instance, here in the United States, what is it, 3 years, 4 years? You serve? Then you can go in and enlist and go another 4, but you get what, about 20? Do y'all know David fought more wars and more time in his life than 20 years? Y'all, come on. Y'all don't even know nothing about that. See, you never hear a man preaching nor teaching that. You don't hear him preaching and teaching. You never hear and really stay firm on Abraham having to fight those wars to gain because of what they did to Lot. You never hear these men talking about that. You know why? Because they ain't fought no war. You want me to tell you why they ain't fought no war? Because they instead they tell household fighting the war within their household with their children and their wives. That's their number one war. They never did anything. But today they want to be a king. Today they want to be a leader. Today they want to be a ruler. What war have you fought? You see what I'm saying? Everybody, every one of them wants you to respect them. And they want you to be submissive under them. You can't even lick the foot of David, nor Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob. Matter of fact, you couldn't even come side by side with them. That's how far away from these men today are from those men of the Bible days. That's how far they are. Because you want me to tell y'all the truth? I didn't know Abraham had to go through all that he had to go through. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I was just asking the war that Abraham fought. Why am I getting 4 and 5 at one time? I'm like, wait a minute. I just wanted to know which one did he fight. And then he's going to line up 5 at a time. I'm like, hold up. Abraham had to do that? You see what I'm saying, y'all? Do you see the men of yesterday versus the men today? You see the heavy lifestyle that these men had to go through in life. What are these men going through? Oh, she's getting welfare. She put us out the house. That's the biggest war they have. Did y'all know that? I know y'all women don't know nothing about that, but it's the truth. That's their biggest war. Is a woman getting on welfare and having to put them out. That's their biggest war. So when they stand before the Most High or higher, he'll ask them, where's those tokens I put in you, which is his sperm. What did you do with those? Where the world of the United States offered her food stamps and welfare, and when they did that, she kicked me out. You see what I'm saying? But how can she kick you out when I put them in you? I put those talents, those tokens in you. This is why I say, be some sorry, sick males in this day and time. That's why they want to put on a dress. That's why they want to put on a skirt, high heels. All of them want to taste it, whether y'all women want to accept that or not. So you's a liar from the pit of hell if you think they don't. That's why they call it in the closet. But he say in the end days, the truth finna come out. So when you see all this, look how everybody support Dwayne. And he been in that homosexual stuff, playing that demonic stuff ever since he was a teenager. And look what everybody been supporting him. How many years? When he played basketball, all them years. Look at Michael Jordan was one of the elites. He signed over himself to the elites. That's how his father got out of here. That was the sacrifice. Y'all don't know nothing about that, so I ain't gonna get into that. Because I said, shoot, if they don't know, they just don't know. They ain't gonna know. They only want to know yang, 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 yang. But the truth be told, that's what happened to his daddy. When it happened, I automatically knew it. I automatically knew it. That's the sort of game this on top of the earth, they call it Illuminati. But see, it's bigger than the Illuminati. Illuminati. It's bigger than that, baby. That's a name, a puppy name on top of the earth. They all have to sign over to it. And what they're doing is they signing their life. They don't have no other choice. They don't have no other choice. See, you think Adam and Eve went into the garden and they bypassed the tree and the tree in the midst that was called life, and went to the tree in the midst that was called knowledge of evil and good. How did you pass everything up to go to that one? Because you was already predestined to that area. So when you see all these people coming out now, and you notice, this is what I notice about us as a people. We don't pay no attention to nothing. We don't pay attention to nothing. We don't care about nothing. It's something about who we always been. So when you sit back and you say, okay, the Father brought us out of Egypt, you mean they never made it out of the wilderness? Hold up, Deborah. Hold up. You mean those people never made it out of the wilderness? Hold up, Deborah. Hold up. They never made it out. No, they didn't. They died there. Now the children came out. But those that were brought through the promised land, saw all those miracles and signs and wonders, saw that water poured up, water's coming from rocks, food, mammon from heaven. They died there with that same mindset. They died. They weren't going nowhere. He wasn't playing. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to die here. Hey, Moses, you and Aaron. That's it for y'all too. Ain't nobody talk about it. So you think he's going to be caught up in where you at today? When you are worse than your forefathers that was disobedient, stiff-necked rebellion, you're worse than that. But then you're going to sit and think it's about you getting out, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what you feel, no matter what you think, you're coming out. Let's see about that. Go to Genesis and back that thing all the way up to Revelation and see that those people come out. That's where we at today. People don't understand you ain't coming out of nothing. He got his marked. And you ain't going to come out of it because you got a bunch of men telling you, you the true Jews, you the people. Tell me, wait a minute, hold up. Moses, when you came down that mountain, did not you toss the 10 commandments that was on stones on the ground before you took the next step on the ground, Moses? And Moses, did not you go and kill 3,000 and more of the children of Israel? How many times did you do that, Moses? See, nobody want to talk about that. These men ain't going to talk about that. That's what lead me to realize these people on this devil platform is not speaking no spirit and truth, none whatsoever. People eating food for the flesh. And that's what's going to take them out. The end for the flesh is going to take them up out of here. They're not going to no promised land. Only the other ones, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. Because even he that eats the food of the spirit is still going to be lost here. It's just the spirit of Yah is going to hold them up. So if those that ain't even have the spirit of Yah, what makes you think you just go and going out? I don't think so. I'm going to tell y'all something we did. We did this and we still doing it today. We've been lying on the Creator for a long time. We ain't seen nothing about, we ain't seen none of the things and how he rumbled at all. You know why? We denied the power. See, his power did a lot of stuff and we denied it. See, I would have never known David had fought all those wars because I always felt sad. I said, it seemed like he don't never stay at home. How he got any wives? That's why it's one son messing with the daughter, the other son killed the brother, the other son was going after David. You know why that house was chaotic? For that sin that he committed. And we thought he got away with it. Mm-mm. You know why? Let me explain to you why. The Father said, what you do on the earth, you're going to have liable on the earth. But what you do in the heavens, you're going to be held liable in the heavens. David's flesh had to suffer and pay the price for all that he was doing and all that he had done. Okay? But he still was a servant in the spirit of Yah. You see? Why? Why would you say that, Deborah? Because he was the seed that came down here. He was one of the branded seed that came down here. But he didn't get away with it. Because who lives just to die? What I mean is who lives just to die? Just for instance, you went out last week and you had to fight a war, and 8,000 of your men died. But you won the war because y'all killed 10,000. You leave, go home, come back another week. You kill 3,000. And 500 of your men dead. You go back home, go to another one. Who wants to live like that? So I say to the Father, okay, I get what you're saying. I ask the people a question. Where are we today? We lost without a cause. That's where we at today. Lost without a cause. We missed it all, y'all. We missed it all. Because just think, wait a minute, I'm talking about, hey, Abraham, what's the deal? What are you doing over there? When Deborah, they took Lot and they seized the things that he owned. And I got to go because he's really like a brother to me, which I think he was a cousin, but somewhere in between there. But and I'm going to get him and bring him back. Go back and read, y'all, what he had to go through. Look at the wars that he had to fight. That's why when Melchizedek, he didn't have no problem giving him something. You know why? Abraham knew that he was spirit because he was so glad to come out of that battle. That's what Abraham was. Abraham was glad to come out of that battle because I think it was 4 or what was it? 4. Let me see. 4 or 5. It was 4 or 5. Let me see. I can tell you exactly. Abraham had to go in there fight to bring Lot out. And he didn't just fight no one war. Let me see. 14. It's in Genesis 4. So he had to fight 5 wars just to bring Lot out. And these were different people. You see what I'm saying? See, we only hear about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But see, we don't see what's behind sin, which is spirit and truth. Because no one wants to tell the truth of the matter. Everybody wants to live a lie and teach the lie, but not inform people so they'll say, well, you know what? They went through all that. That's why we going through so much. We ain't getting away with it either. Thank you. And when you say we are not getting away with it, then you salute the will of the Father. That's why my father did that. That's why he you know what? He rather you be held accountable what you do on the earth. He rather you pay the penalty here and not there. So what you do on the earth, you're going to be held liable. And what you do in the heavens, you're going to be held liable. See, so people don't understand. You're not getting away with nothing. Everybody want to look at Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and not really dig deep and tell you who they really were. Because nobody don't want you to see that part. They want to make you think what? The picture is always pretty. And this is why we're where we at today, running around here thinking that's where we at. Everything's good and dandy. Because I'm like saying, wait a minute, Father, I'm going outside. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all something else about that. I'm keep going outside in the last 4 or 5 days, and I can't see why I'm getting this feeling, and it ain't comfortable, y'all. This feeling is not something good. And my flesh is like saying, oh, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? Oh, what is it going to be? It's like, it's like, I can't sit in the house, y'all, because I know that it would drive me stressed and it would break my body. But then when I sit and I go out, it's like, oh man, I can't believe we there. I'm telling you, that's what my flesh say. Oh, I can't believe we there already. So something's going on, y'all. Something is big is going on. 3 times in a row. Did not the man hit the bumper of the gray car. And when he did that, they paid for the bumper. It wasn't no more than 830 something. But I called this man on Craigslist and I said, you got this car here. I say, do you still have it? He said, yeah, it just been put up 6 or 7 hours. I said, can I meet you in the morning? I met this man, bought this car, and would you believe it's been 3 weeks? The moment I hand the keys to them, the first thing it says, see, you doing it again. You giving. You're not seeing about your well-being. You see your body is not the same because you're just sitting around. But you're trying to make sure everybody get to work. And you rather give that car to everybody so they can get to work while you sit. And your body is aching because you're not exercising and moving about. Now watch this. So this week alone, Monday come around. And I'm out there and saying, okay, I don't know what it is, but please don't let nobody lose their life, Father. I was pleading with the Father. Oh, I was pleading because that feeling was there, y'all. When that feeling comes, that means something about to happen. That day passed away, and I still wonder, what was that about? Next day come up, beautiful outside again. Oh, I'm feeling this feeling. But guess what that feeling kept telling me? He gonna tear up that car again because he tore the other one up. He ran it into a wall. Tore it totally. And he kept telling me he's gonna tear that car up too. And I'm like, come on, no, Father. And did you know all that time I was saying that? Guess who I was saying that to? Yeah. Trying to deny what he was warning me about. He started warning me, and I'm sitting there denying it. So all of a sudden, 4 hours ago, I get a phone call. Oh, I tore the car up again. You see what I'm saying? And I couldn't even feel nothing because I'm like, okay, are you okay? Yep, bye. Because he was like, did not you just tell me that all this week? And I kept denying it. I didn't know what the feeling was really trying to say to me. You see what I'm saying? But that's what it was about. Got tore up. Total! That's 3 cars. 2 cars total in 3 weeks. So I'm sitting here and I say, well, okay, I'm going to go live. But I'm going to go on live based on what I was reading this morning about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I don't know what it is. And I'm going to read it tonight. Why Jacob, I feel so sad for him. Seemed like Jacob might have had to go through a lot. More than we ever read about. More than we ever have sense to know about. But we want to know about what the rednecks, Father, forgive me. Forgive me, Father. I'm sorry. We want to know what the heathens are doing. But we don't even know really who we are as a people. Because we lie. We deny. We reject a lot of things. But yet we want them to treat us a way that we feel we should be treated. How should you be treated when you don't know how your forefathers were treated? You see, they don't understand that what he's saying, what the Father is saying. Deborah, you tell them David didn't get away with nothing. So why should they? Abraham didn't get away with nothing. So why should they? Isaac didn't get away with nothing. So why should they? Jacob didn't get away with nothing. So why should they? You remember Jacob? I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all. Listen to this. Jacob had an issue because he wanted a certain woman. And he worked years just to get her. And really never got her. Y'all see what I'm saying? Watch how y'all do. Watch my father rumble. Watch this. You run around here talking about wives. Okay. Go back out and read what y'all did with David's wives. Gave them to another man. Y'all didn't know that, did you? See, y'all don't know who the Father is. And who he was then is who he is now. So when we run around here and say, oh, it's like this, they doing this, they doing this, they doing this, they doing it. Hey, stand down. Stop clowning. Find the truth of the truth, spirit and truth of the whole matter. Why things are today and the way that it is. When he said you did what you did, your forefather, it was that he knew that you were never going to correct what your forefathers did. And he ain't talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob because they paid the price, y'all. Y'all just didn't know it because these men today, they won't teach the truth. They will not teach the truth about the men. What I just shared with you all, y'all, you all got stuck. You all didn't even digest it. It just went real fast. You didn't get it. What the Spirit had just said to me while I'm talking to y'all. The reason why David had to fight all those wars. Tell me, you think it was just 20 years? You think when people go to the military in the United States, they fight wars? No, they don't. David fought wars non-stop. That was one of the consequences for what you did to that woman's husband. You won't see none of that. You won't hear these men teach that because they don't know it. Because they don't want to know enough to know spirit and truth. They want enough to deceive many people, to hear them, to believe me. Believe what I say. It was like this. It's like this. It's like this. And everybody say, oh, yeah, it's like you said. It's like you said. It's like you said. And then you wonder where you at today. Not just where you at in the land of your oppressor, why it ain't getting better. It ain't going to get better. Only better it's going to get. And I'm going to go and see it. It's not even when you leave here. It's when you get to the other side that was promised. So you still going to have some journey. See, people think they're escaping everything. David didn't escape it. He paid the price for what he did in the flesh. And many others. Okay, let's go to Jacob. What's her name? Rebecca? Jacob. Jacob wanted, I don't know if her name, Jacob wanted this certain sister, a young girl. And he worked hard on his mother's cousin land just to get her. Never got her. He got in up with her sister and had children by her, and then end up with her, and she couldn't even have any children. Have you ever wondered why y'all allowed her to not have kids? And his heart really wanted her all the time. Really, she was the only one he wanted. But did he get her? Anybody in live chat, did he get her? Did Jacob get her? Not really. Because when Jacob had Joseph and he had Benjamin, she died. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Not loving and wanted all that time. Jacob really wanted her. All them years he worked for her. You mean she had to die? Come on now. See how you can mess with the Most High, and you think he don't know what's going on. See, these men won't teach y'all that, because they don't want you to know spirit and truth of the whole matter, because they want you to know enough that they can dip into what you know and deceive you based on that to make the picture look pretty. But let me tell y'all something today. Today, nothing is pretty. So you can make it pretty all you want. The reality of life, none of this stuff is pretty. Sister Deborah ain't seeing these things for what it is. And I'm like saying, oh my, I just couldn't believe I'm going to live to see these days. I'm really living in it. Identical to the way that the Father is showing us the prophecy. I'm seeing it. Seeing it here, it's like the sun, and it's going down. And all the revelation of what he said it was going to happen, it's going down. And you already done seen all these things that he said is coming, and you see it going down, and you wonder, wait a minute, hold up. Why ain't nobody talking about this sun going down? And this sun is representing the end. Because people are so busy looking at the bright sun, wanting to be about something that don't make no sense. Let's look at this here young man. Have y'all heard about that young, is he a Republican representative or whatever? Talking about gun laws. Let me know, anybody in the live chat, have y'all seen that young man with the fro? Did y'all see him on the news today? They reinstated him. Did y'all see that? Anybody in the live chat, out of honesty, give me a thumbs up if you saw it. He has a fro. And it was him and another young man. They were black. They were kicked out. No, good. Thank you. They were kicked out. Okay. Well, the reason why I said, did you see it? Honestly, you need to go and see it. I'm going to tell y'all that. You need to see it. And when you see it, I want you to see it, because Sister Deborah was talking to you all yesterday about how we follow behind whatever the heathens and Gentiles put in front of us. We follow behind everything they have us to do. And I said, they put that young man in there. Remember, I said, why ain't he in the city talking about gun law in the city, telling our people to stop killing each other with these guns? Go into our city and start talking to our men about guns. Why ain't you down there in your community talking? And I said, I covered Deuteronomy 28 for a whole year. For a whole year, Deuteronomy 28, verse 16 to the end. I think it was 64, all the way to the end. And everything y'all was saying from that time on was telling you he's going to destroy you. And we still sitting here saying, now we going on ships. We going on spaceships. Wait a minute. Hold up. Do y'all see where we are at today? Nope. He said they don't. He said, didn't I tell you, Deborah, it's going to be like the days of Noah? Even when it started raining, them people still was doing what they was doing until they realized that water from underneath the earth started to come up, and the water that was from the heaven started to meet each other. And then they knew we in trouble. But it's too late. That's what he means when he says the days of Noah. They're going to ignore everything, Deborah. And that's where he gives me peace. That's where my comfort come in from him, is to let you know I left you a sign. Always turn to Noah. Always turn to Lot. In the days of Lot, I've given you the warning. So that's why he tells me, no matter what you get on there and say, it doesn't matter. Because people won't listen to me. They didn't listen to not one prophet I saw, Deborah, ever. And I'm like, you know what? That is so true. Why would I, as a prophet, fight against that? Why would I buckle up against something that has always been? People never took heed to the prophets, never took the words of a prophet. So you think these people here is the worst of the worst, and you think they don't take heed? Stay in my bosom. Keep your head right here in my bosom. Because don't ever think that there's going to be a change in this day. You got me, Deborah, that I have assured you that you're there. Because this young man, I sat here yesterday and I told y'all about that young man. Go back to the video. And how he was in, him and this other, it was three of them. It was this one white lady and these two black young men. They were standing up for gun law. And they was presenting their case very firm. And he was like, he was not even a Dr. Martin Luther King, more so a Malcolm X. He tried to pull up in. And this, and this, and they're all on the internet and on the news showing you what he said and how he was able to do it so nice and so professional, speak bold and speak. And I told y'all that man is set up. He was put there. Why? Because he told us. He told us, he prophesied that there will be many coming. And the what is called Illuminati on top of the earth, but underneath is all power of Satan. They put him up to represent him and this guy. They paid them to come in. And he reminded me similar to how Obama came in. Obama came in with a swag. Y'all notice he had a walk. Obama came in knowing how to speak, how to use words, how to lay them down. Y'all, that was planned. If Obama was one of the Hebrew Israelites, his swag wouldn't be the way that it was. The way he the way he speak wouldn't have been that way. That showed me that, okay, what you're saying, Father, that's Satan. Yes, he told me this a long time. That's before he ran. See, Kissinger said, we breed. Go to the internet. Kissinger, way back before Obama came up. He said, we breed a young man by the name of Obama. He told him. See, and now I didn't know that. But when the Father had revealed to me that they breeded him to pull up during that time, Obama pulled up. So I was more so convincing everybody what y'all had told me, and more men were so disappointed in me saying that. But as years and years later go on, and they starting to say, I'm telling you what they say. They said, Miss Deborah, I'm starting to see what you're saying. Yes, too late though. You gave him too much glory. You gave him too much power. Why? Y'all looked at his skin. And this is where the illness is at amongst the Hebrews. The house of Israel, and especially the tribe of Judah. They'll look at a skin tone and just assume because he got melanin that he is their nation or he for us. And guess what? That man does not have Israel nor the tribe of Judah blood in his body. He probably ain't even got one drop. That man is an African daddy. And his mother is European. You can say what you want to say. He was breeded. And it might not even been an African. I don't know. This shows you also. Listen to this. Shows you how Europeans been mixing what they want. Look at all this stuff that's going on. They making these people, these kids have sex changes. They making these people think that all this stuff that they're doing is right. Now they trying to give young people right to change their gender or to what they want to be when they born. Well, you want to be a girl or a boy. You know, all this sort of stuff. Not putting it on their birth certificate. All this stuff has always existed. It never was lost, not even in the Bible. It always exists. It's just been hidden under the rug. But it's not hidden anymore. It's out in the open. So I myself never thought that Obama was for a people in this country. I never thought, not melanated, Always knew he was working on for the enemy. This young guy, go to the internet and see him. And when you see him, you're going to be disappointed. Because now I explained to y'all in the video who this man was. They son him and put him up to act a fool. Because you need to get your tail over in your community and talk like that to your brothers and to your sisters in your community who killing one another. Why are you up there talking to the white man? What he gonna do? I said, oh, I see now. He the one put you up to it. And why would he put him up to it? Racial war. Somebody answered it. Somebody answered it yesterday. Was it yesterday? I'm sure it was. Somebody answered it to start confusion. That's what I think somebody said, to start confusion. Somebody answered it yesterday when I was telling you about it. So, Sister Deborah was sitting up here this morning. I cuts on the YouTube, and all of a sudden you get a couple of Tribe of Judah, that's how I call them, and they sitting here trying to figure out, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? And I said, what are they talking about? Go back to this young man. They reinstated him. First they put him out. So this morning they reinstated him. Go look at the video and see how that boy's cutting up on nationwide television. Go on there and see it. Go and see how he's cutting up. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up just so you all can see it. Oh, Father, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up. I want y'all to look at here. I want to show y'all how we as a people are not who we appear to be. You can stand your tail around here and try to make us somebody that got some sense. We lost it. Look what I did. I poured it up, and look here. I'm going to see if you see it. You see? They have him on here so many times. And this is what bothers me, because if I ask you all ain't seen it. And I'm like saying, wait a minute, hold up. This is something you should have seen. Okay, now I'm getting ready to show it to y'all. And this is it's on CNN. It's on CBS News Hour. It's on NPR News. Oh, y'all, they got it all over. I'm getting ready to get, since y'all said you ain't seen it, let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out so y'all can see it. It's just showing you how some things is important to see, because this is showing you how they're going to use your own people against you. And they're going to go for it every time. Hold up. While I'm waiting for it to come on, I'm still waiting for it to come on, but I'm going to let you see it. It's all in the news. And that's why it's important for you to look at it. Wait a minute. Hold up.
From the Tennessee State House legislation has been reinstated now.
Watch it, y'all. Watch it.
Let's listen in.
You're not expanding healthcare. You're not giving us educational resources. Guilty. And so, for you guilty people, the people got a message. We gonna build this movement. 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 You and you and you and we are convinced that there is a different vision for Memphis. There's a different vision for Shelby County. There's a different vision for Tennessee. There's a different vision for the South. There's a different vision for the United States of America. And I believe it's a vision of the people who've been pushed to the periphery, coming to the well. I believe that it's a vision of the people who've been marginalized, coming to the well. I believe it is a vision of people who've been ostracized, coming to the well. See, I see white folk and black folk. I see queer folk and straight folk. I see rich folk and poor folk. Moving to the well of demanding justice.
Hold up, y'all. Y'all ain't seen it now. Watch this.
It is this movement that's going to change this country. It's this movement in this moment in time that's going to change the country. And I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad. I'm so glad.
You all got to go see it. You said, oh, I can't believe you said that. You said, yeah, he cutting up real bad. And guess what? That's what the other men said in the Hebrews. They said he cutting up real bad. Guess what, y'all? Y'all got to understand what's going on. He's acting. Why? Because the heathens placed him there to cut up from the floor. He's not shouting because we're getting reparation. He's not shouting because we're getting equal rights. A bill being made that things shouldn't happen to us like they did to the Orientals against what is it? If someone harassment against whatever you do to them. He's not shouting, but for nothing that outside of him being reinstated. What? Them people, this is your people, y'all. This is those sick people ain't going nowhere. He is not going. If the ship had to come today, he'd be left. I'm serious, y'all. I'm just using ship as a way of saying y'all. If he was to come, he would be left right there and everybody on that stand. He ain't saying nothing but clowning for them heathens. What is he saying and what is he doing? I want you all to take out time tonight to look at what he's doing. Because if you really, were you able to see any of it? Were you all, were you all able to see? Exactly. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all didn't see the security around the men in the black hats. The glasses. Come on now. I'm trying to, I get so tired. I really do, y'all. And Father, no, I get tired because you tried so hard to get people to see what's going on. And you, like he said, they can't see, Deborah, if I don't give it to them to see. So keep that in mind. The sad part about it is this. This man is not saying anything to benefit us as a people. He don't even know who he is. He think because they reinstated him to stand in the place where the other heathens are standing to speak, he's doing something. But guess why he's doing that? He's being paid to do that. Do anybody really know what that's all about? Racial war. That's it. It's fulfilling Matthews 24. And our people don't know that they can easily get us to start something. But it's hard to get the Gentiles to go in on us. And this is what they use us to kindle the fire. And we are so low-minded people. You can give us $50 and we'll go in there and clown like he's doing. Now, if he was clowning like that because they decide to give every black people not black, but melanated people, Negroes in the United States reparation, then would we be clowning up there with them? Yes. We'd be clowning with them. Or if he was clowning because he ended up getting them to sign a bill on our behalf that we get equal rights on jobs and everything. Nothing. He's clowning and thinking it's about him getting a stand among the white people as a representative to speak on gun law. He ain't in his neighborhood now. He ain't in his community. This is the mind of our black men, y'all. I told y'all. What did I also say to you? You notice you don't see them out uniting, coming together, unifying in any type of oneness. Do y'all know if you got a camp here and a camp here in the same city, they are against each other like game, like the blood in the Crip is. They're against each other just like that. See how they're against each other just like that. But both of them said that we are camp and we serve Yahuwah and we the people. We awakening. But here you are in the same city, 6 different camps, and can't get along with each other. And if y'all had to come together, y'all probably kill each other. That's where we at. You want to know where you at today? That's where you at. We need to stop trying to make ourselves somewhere we ain't. That's where we at. And when you see this clown, he thinking he didn't struck it rich. And he have. Because they told him we can get you to get up there and do some things to get these skinheads, these KKK, and these white people who's waiting to use their weapons that they stop. We need you to get up there and start something. Because if it's not for the people, why are you up there? Because you got reinstated? And you get reinstated and all 8 or 9 of y'all up there shouting like y'all got the Holy Ghost or something? Come on now. Clowning. Y'all need to check that out. Y'all need to check it out in its fullness. Because I need you not to see what he's doing, but hear what he's saying. And you'll see it's not even, what he's saying is not even worth a pot of burnt beans. I mean, Bane and Vax, worthless. But that's how they do us. They can easily get us to do these things. Easily. And I don't have no problem with it. It's just that I want to inform people. This is where we at today. I know you think you're somewhere else. This is how close to the end we are. He said it in Deuteronomy 28. Starting from 16 on down, he's telling you, I'm going to destroy your tail. I'm going to destroy your tail. I'm going to crush your butt. I'm going to destroy your tail, and you still run around here like you don't even get it. And it's almost like you destroying yourself before he get to you. That's the way sometimes it seems. I have to keep in mind who owns that right hand. Because I'm like, Father, why do we have to act like this all the time? Couldn't we get a break? For what, Deborah? Do you know what time we're in? Yeah, I know it, but it's going to be like that. Yeah, it's going to be worse, baby. So just stay in my bosom. Stay in my bosom, and you will be okay. And that's his spirit and truth. I'll be okay. Because it won't change nothing. It's showing you that you ain't going to be able to change nothing. But you're going to see things for what it is, but you ain't going to be able to change nothing. Just lay on my bosom. You like a child, lay on in their daddy's lap and just lay down while he rocking them to sleep. That's what he's telling me. Just stay there. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. So, as I was saying, to see that it's just and I need you all to check that out so we can talk about that another day. But stuff like that, it just doesn't make any sense. So, let me tell y'all, to be honest, I got on YouTube and you hear these two men that have their own station, and they're, they talk about everything going around the world. They talk about everything that has to do with Africa and Hebrew Israelite, and they said that looking at that made them feel so embarrassed. See, when you know that it's a setup, it makes you look bad. But the people in this world, they don't look bad. Look at all of them up there supporting them. All of them up there supporting. And he ain't saying nothing that's going to help them at all outside of start letting them white supremacists and them KKK find their way to your tail. That's all that's about. Who's scared of them? Ain't nobody scared of the KKK or the white, the white supremacists. But the problem is you starting your own fire before they started. Why start a fire ahead of time when the fire is going to be lit anyway? So why do you need to start it early? Not that it's early, but start it up. I mean, and that's what they're using. They're using our people to start a lot of confusion, a lot. And we're out here doing it purposely, and not even understanding. We're playing a role in the prophecy. So while we're playing the role, that's why we're going to be in the role. And we're going to lose our lives. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. I sit back and I'm seeing all this stuff taking place. And I'm like, I think I would be okay. Let me tell y'all something. I think I would be okay if you had and you seen and you behold and you listen to people talking about the things in the spirit realm, bringing things to the light. Now, if that was the case, then yeah. But when you get on here and you see that you can't find nobody talking spirit and truth, and everybody is talking only the darkness of what Satan wants them to say so they can get a check. And you be like, wait a minute. Why ain't they telling the people, be ready? Because, y'all finna come or you better not be doing this and be caught out. They ain't telling people stuff like that. And they didn't juice everybody's head. These men heads been juiced up so big. Ooh, their heads about to burst. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to think it's like these men been teaching them. And guess what, y'all? They're going to get left behind to fight that war. Go to Isaiah chapter 3 and 25. He said they died. Go to Deuteronomy 28. See, they thinking they getting out of here. No, you're not, baby. You think David escaped what was going on in the world? No, he didn't. Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, Solomon, none of them escaped it. Solomon decided, well, shoot, all this, forget it, y'all. It's all vain and vast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everything outside of y'all. Everything else is vain and vast. Worthless. Outside of the Father. So he went on, started doing things away from what the Father told him not to do. That's how I'm trying to get y'all to understand. That's how heavy it really gets. But what happened? You don't hear the men talk about it. And the reason why they need to talk about Solomon, the reason why they need to talk about David and Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, the reason why they need to talk about them. I don't know about Moses, y'all. Moses is in trouble. Now, unless they called his name something else, I don't see him in Matthew chapter 1. All those ones that's listed in Matthew chapter 1 are seed carriers of righteous belief, faith, and fear. All up and down chapter 1 of Matthew's at the beginning. When he named them all, and then you look up each one of their name in Hebrew, and then it'll take you to where they were called out by this name, by this purpose. They are the seed And that's that seed to enter right back into heaven. Not the flesh seed. They are a seed of their fathers. It's not the flesh. That's why he didn't need Joseph's seed to bring the Messiah. I just want that woman. You see? Just give me that woman. I'm going to give her a seed. You won't hear them teach and preach that. Because they don't understand the seed that he gave them. It didn't even need a man. Oh, they ain't going to tell you that, are you? No, they ain't going to teach that thing. They want to teach this thing half-cocked so that they can, as males, get glory and praise, so they can live the rest of their life in this world as if they're kings, leaders, and rulers that they need to be submissive to, that they need to be in control. How can, let me explain y'all. How can you be in control over anything when you can't be in control over your own self? I can't see that. You can't be in control over a wife nor your children if you're not in control of yourself. A woman can't submit to a man, nor a man even. How can a woman submit to a man that has not submitted to Yah? Have not submitted to Yeshua HaMashiach? Have not submitted to Yah? So what make a woman submit to your flesh? If her flesh is her worst enemy, how do it look her submitting to your flesh, which is your worst enemy? It don't make sense. So for her to submit, she has to submit to you in the spirit realm in which you have submitted to Yeshua HaMashiach. But if you have not, then she is not to submit to you. And you are not to look for her to submit to your flesh. Because who is your flesh that you need to be submissive to? And it goes to the grave. But she has to submit to your flesh. They didn't understand why Sarah called Abraham that. Because she saw him in the spirit, being worldly and work, being submit. Why? Because she saw him serving Yah. Thank you. She saw Abraham submitting himself to Yah. See, people, they don't get it. They can't even preach this thing, y'all. They can't even teach this thing because it's over. He's not allowing them to teach it nor preach it. He's not allowing them to give lessons. He's not allowing them to do anything. How you know, Deborah? Because I'm sitting here watching these people and I'm like, wait a minute. No spiritual food, none whatsoever. So what are they giving them? Food for their flesh. And what happens to the flesh? It dies. So therefore, if you're feeding the flesh, then that means your spirit is anorexic and it's dying because you didn't nourish your spirit with the things which are spirit. Because man taught you how to nourish your flesh and to trust in his flesh and not the spirit of Yah. So if you ever wonder okay, where are we? If you want to know where are we? You're going in circles. That's where you at. You're in circles. You just riding the circle like a dog chasing his tail. That's where we at. It's going in circles. Trying to find the way to stop, and you're not going to because you denied the curse itself. And then you denied the power itself. Then you lost respect, honor, praise, and glory for the most high of higher, which is Yahuwah. You totally lost respect. How did you lose respect? Because you lost respect for everything he stands for. Now watch this here. It's a lot of things that's taking place. Like when I was telling you all about Genesis, that's a powerful thing. I had to go over today with someone. That's a powerful message, y'all. Because it's a message. Only thing that makes it powerful is because it's spirit and truth of the matter. That's what makes it powerful. But it's really extremely powerful because it tells you who the Antichrist is. It's telling you the power that the Antichrist always had. It's telling you, you want me to tell y'all what y'all deny? That message is really telling you who Satan's right hand is. Oh, we want to be done. We want to get on here and say, oh, it's the Illuminati, it's the elites, baby. It's bigger than that. It's Satan's right hand power. The Roman Catholics. They rule the world. Everything is in their order. Everything. And when I went to telling y'all how they took a woman womb and fallopian tubes, her ovaries, and made it their symbol, that should have opened a lot of y'all up as a woman to give you some thought here. Wait a minute, Deborah. You see how heavy that power is? That power took a woman's womb and made it their logo. And y'all missed it. But you say you're awakened. You say you know this, you got this, you understand it, you see it, you spirit and truth, but didn't know that. That's why I say there's a lot of power in that message. But one thing I can find in that message, when I look at it and I see that many didn't, he said, because didn't I tell you the gate was really narrow? I told you. The gate is really narrow. Truth, they ain't going to know truth. They don't even want the light. They don't want truth. They don't want the light. They don't want spirit. They don't want nothing. So that's why that gate, I told you, was narrow, Deborah. And very few shall find it. Because truth, they don't want. They feed off of lies. That's why they be on YouTube, making sure they put out 3 and 4 videos. Because they're trying to get you to praise them, honor them, and glory. And guess what, you all? I had no idea that YouTube and these platforms are like a addiction to these people. The tribe of Judah is addicted to these platforms. Isn't that sad? Yes, they are. I didn't know that, but I found it out a couple of days ago. He said they're addicted to it, just like a drug. That's why they got to keep putting more and more, because they want something. Satan saying, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. They ain't giving it to me. He said they ain't giving him no glory. They ain't giving him no honor. They ain't giving him no praise. So who are they giving it to? And they so ignorant, they thinking, hey, this is my job. I work, I labor. You ain't laboring for y'all. You laboring for your household. And that is not the laboring for y'all. When you getting a check from Satan because you decide to straddle the fence. And half of the time, you don't even do that. You just got 80 on Satan's side and call yourself throwing a half of a leg on the other side. And y'all say, that ain't me. I don't share. You see, and they don't get none of that. They think everything is about what they're saying on these platforms. Now, what I learned is they really don't get what I said, even in Genesis. How Satan's right hand is the Roman Catholic. He's given them the power to rule all of his darkness. When you see, if you could get a quick peek of what Satan has allowed them through his power to create all under the ground, all the things that's wicked and evil, y'all. That's that Satan power. They done got every famous black person to sign their soul over. Every last one of them. You can say what you want. They all have signed themselves over, y'all. Every last one of them. I try to say, well, no, not this one. Maybe this one. No, not this one. He said, no. They done signed over. So we know they don't be looking for them to get in no line, talking about getting out of here. No, they ain't gonna be nowhere near a line. They ain't looking for no line. They already know they have signed themselves over. This is the power of the Roman Catholics that is all over the world. And when he explained to me that the Roman Catholics is who came over to Africa, they already reside in Africa. They've been running Africa. See, I'm gonna tell y'all where y'all wrong at. A lot of people don't know nothing about Africa. There is the most heaviest darkness in that country than anything. And it's a sad thing. You got these Negroes talking about a Pan-Africa or go back to Africa, and they don't know a cock and picking thing about that land over there and the people over there. Africa got some of the worstest demonic voodoo and Satanism and witchcraft that you ever seen in your life. Than you ever seen in your life. And you can see it even in some of the children that's being born with all kind of things you look at and say, ain't no such thing as somebody being born like that. How could that be? You see, this is because what they're practicing over there. We sit around here and we said Africa this, Africa that. They got you thinking Africa is running something. Africa don't run nothing. Africa is being ran. They don't run nothing. And I don't know where we get off thinking that they over there running something. They not running nothing, you guys. Never did. They ain't running nothing. The land that they're living on is land that they were born on, and even the Europeans is running it. They're running that, and always did. And they even helped, just as they did a lot of killing in their country. They did it with tribes, and they did it when they was having military groups killing one another, going to city and towns, killing each other. I mean, women, children, everybody. And that wasn't too long ago, y'all. I don't know where, but I realized what the Father has said in Deuteronomy 28. We gone. We've been gone. I was telling y'all 98%, 95, it's 100. They gone. Our people are gone. Man, gone. Because they can't seem to get it. So the Father said, what do you want them to get? What is it you want them to get? I ain't giving them nothing. I said I'm going to destroy them. What part of that they don't understand? Just because they don't want to master Deuteronomy 28 end game, that's on them. It's still walking itself up, and it's going to walk itself down. And how do they like me now? See, they so weak mentally, gone to where they can't see. Well, wait a minute. We're talking about Yahuwah, Yahshua HaMashiach. We're talking about Ahaya. We're talking all these names. And ain't got sense enough to see what's going on when we finish calling all these names. And I ask you all to do something this year. While all this stuff is going on, go back in and do a different study of this Bible. Do a different study, but do it as if you want Yah to open your eyes to see. The reason why I say that is because it will shock you to find out that things never was the way these Hebrews are teaching. Never was. Never is. They moved that. See, I'm going to explain something to y'all. Before we even got over here as slaves, did you all understand women had a hard time, period, here in this land? Y'all didn't know they did you. I know you didn't. They can vote. They can do anything. Males have stripped women from everything Yah has created them to be. They have taken away the perfect will of Yah from the presence of women as them and made it him. Did you think he stopped it? No, he didn't stop it. Why? Because sin stepped in and took it over. Round about in the space of when the serpent beguiled or spoken, had entertained them. That was it. They totally got out of the will, allowing him to even speak to them. They were out of the will of what is perfect. You see what I'm saying? So what they're doing is they don't understand the King James Bible, whether it's the 1611, I don't care what it is. I don't give a rat's behind what kind of book you keep bringing up and you pulling this book, this book, this book. Go back to Solomon. What did he tell you about books? What did he say about much studying? See, we don't hear nobody. We don't hear nobody. We never heard David. We never heard Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We so busy trying to paint a picture of them by doing the sin that they were doing instead of trying to follow the spirit of Yah that they were following. We took on their sin and followed their sin and said, we in there, without the what? Without the Yahuwah that was following them and they was following him. That's the seed. So we running around here with like we all let in some. We the people. You ain't the people nothing. Use the fool, and you are the fools that have rejected my Father's power, his authority, have profaned his name, has disrespected him and dishonored him, and you thinking he's gonna change the whole curse because of who you found yourself to be. Please. So what? The curse got to reverse itself because you awakened to stupidity. Now the curse got to flip over and say, hold up, flip over. They waking. They know who they are. After knowing who you are, you more dumber than you were before you even knew who you were. That's how spaced out, because their heads got swollen. Their heads got swollen and they took off running. And they ain't stopped running ever since. Because if they would have slowed down just a little bit, y'all would have nipped them and said, wait a minute, hold up, bro. Where you going? Hold up, slow down. You out of your lane. Oh, I didn't know I had a lane. Oh, you sure don't know you have a lane because you don't have none in me. You running your lane. I ain't gave you no lane because you running your lane. You running your wisdom. You running your knowledge. You running your understanding. You running your feelings and your emotions. I ain't never in my life seen so many men so sensitive, even against each other. And like I said, you can get 6 camps and get 6 gang members in Atlanta, say in Los Angeles, and they would battle each other the same. Even those over there who said, we're wicked, we the people, they battle one another, just like the gangs battle each other, because they don't have, they gone. And the reason why is because Yah knew that they wasn't going to listen to none of the ones he sent as his servant. He knew that. He didn't change the narrow gate so that they can find it, because he already knew that they wouldn't. But yet they said they awakened. So if you so awakened, why can't you direct the people to the narrow gate? If you awaken, which way is the narrow gate? Or can you tell me? If you so awakened, why haven't you understood the curse itself in its fullness? Outside of the slave ships, the yoke around your neck, and the oppressor. Why haven't you mastered the end game so you can preach and teach to the people that y'all gonna crush us here before he opened the door that we go out of here? Curse going in and curse coming out. You get it? You ain't gonna get delivered till you get to the promised land. But don't you got to get there? So what you think, at a blink of an eye, you're gonna be from A to Z, huh? No. It ain't gonna be that easy, baby. It wasn't that easy for Israel from Pharaoh to the promised land, and that's as far as they got. They never did make, not to the wilderness. They never made it to the promised land. So you think every last one of y'all tells, even if you got out of here, you're going to make it to the promised land? That's what that space is for, because your tail going to get dropped off. Matter of fact, you ain't coming out. So yeah, y'all can go and sing this mess to these people. That's where we at today. Sing to them, sing loud. These people are making these men, especially gods. And these men ain't fed them no spiritual food, none whatsoever. These people, y'all, they have not led these people to the bosom of the Father. They have not even identified the Father's right hand and his stretched out arm. They don't even know who Yeshua HaMashiach is. And why is it he keeps saying the name in the new? Because he wants you to recognize HaMashiach as being Yah himself. And you missed him. You missed the power of who he is, and you missed his name. And you're running around here saying you awaken, and you only awaken to stupidity. And that's the only thing you're going to continue to awaken to. Because you refuse to listen to anybody that comes to give you the light in spirit and truth. And now he says it's over. It's finished. So what did it leave Sister Deborah? To keep running her race in her lane. Keep speaking what he put in my heart to speak. Do you know that I don't need an ear to hear, nor an eye to see? I'm in that lane already. That's why I don't have the time, nor the space and the energy to lead people anywhere outside of my Father's bosom. Because if he said it's over, it is over. He ain't coming to make the crooked straight and the straight crooked. He said that he that is what he say? In a sense, he that is crooked, let him remain crooked. He that is straight, let him remain straight. But you want me to tell you something? He that is straight, you better be straight in the right thing. Because I'm telling you all, it's over. So when that time comes and you sitting around here, things are happening. I'm gonna share something with y'all. This is what and I'm not even afraid. None of it is about being fearful or anything, because the spirit of fear, that's one of the brands that y'all put in you. Because all the stuff that I can see that already done, that's going to take place, why am I standing? With sense. No, I ain't got no sense. But spiritual sense. Because he still has given me the spirit of fear, the spirit of endurance. You think I can't see what's going on? Yes, I can. I can sit here and break that thing down to you where you won't get no sleep tonight. But I ain't gonna waste my time, because the number one thing to keep putting in people is to serve Yah with all of your strength. Because that's round about it. All of your strength. All of your thought that you got left. And it's not the thought of your flesh. It's the strength of your spirit and your spiritual mind, your spiritual eyes, your spiritual ear, your spiritual heart. If he will let you in. Because I'm telling you all, people then took this book and thrown it away a long time ago. Long time ago. And I'm going to show y'all something. When you go, you know how they sit and they set it up in new and old? The Catholics did that. The Roman Catholics did that. Okay? Let me show you something. This is where I say that it is somewhere that journey is going to be a lot of women. And in that journey, he talked about these dry bones. Can these dry bones live? But then he talked about David. Sister Deborah is thinking David's army or the dry bones. Now, I got to really get in it and let the Ruach continue to teach me. But David's army Because those dry bones, guess what? They are men. Y'all didn't know that, did you? I know you didn't know it because ain't no man taught you. Because he ain't got sense to teach it to you. These are men that he's going to send. These are who the dry bones are. They're not women. Go to Isaiah 3:25. He said they're going to die in the war. The mighty ones going to die in the war. Why is he saying the mighty men are going to die in the war and the other men is going to die by the sword? Why is he saying the mighty men going to die in the war? Do y'all want me to tell y'all why? You're talking about this let me get it. This Dow's person. Want you to see all his guns and his weapon? What he did is he put them before y'all and say, I want the world to see what all I got for my protection. That means he been kicked y'all out. So the Father say, that's the mighty man. Praise the mighty God. Let's go there. I'm finna mess with y'all now. I'm heated now, y'all. I'm finna go to Isaiah chapter 3. I'm there now, y'all. It's too late. I done got in there. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25. This is during the time he's going to purge the daughters of Zion. And it's going to be the crown of their head. It's going to be burning and it's going to be bald. Mine's already happened, y'all. Mines have already taken place. I've seen the word of Yah. And that's exactly the way it felt. It felt like a burn. My crown was bald. Bald! It wasn't bald around the edge. He ain't talking about your edges because you're wearing weaves and glue. Crown of your head. Bald! When I recognized it through the word. I did all kind of remedies from aloe vera plant with garlic and ginger. I did all kind of mixtures and putting it up there. Nothing happened. You know what I did? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Any illness you have, own that thing. You own that thing, y'all deliver you. And it's exactly the way he said. It burns. It burns. And you it won't grow back. It be clean bald. But once I owned that thing, guess what started coming up? Sprouts of hair. You know, like a newborn baby. That's what started happening. And I'm like, wait a minute. The world call it aloe vera, whatever. They can have their words. They can go on and mislead them women. Go and get your medication. Go and get whatever you want. But in spirit and truth, only one deliverance. And that is my Father. So what did I do? Time went on. All of a sudden, I started seeing only very little hairs coming out. And they were getting long, but they was baby hair. Like a newborn baby. It was like that, nice and slick down and real soft. And I'm like, what is this? And then all of a sudden, he started working that thing. Now, it took almost 2 years, but guess what? I look behind my head now. I said, where is it at? I said, it's pretty and it's full. It's gone, y'all. It's gone. But guess what's still left there? The thorn. The thorn to remind me. My word said it. I embraced it. I salute it. I'm a living witness, not a dead one. So all these things that I'm telling you all, I'm living it with you all. I'm not coming up out of here dead telling you it. I'm living it here with you. So I do know in Isaiah chapter 3, he's purging the daughters of Zion. He's stripping them from everything man told them they had to wear. Go there. I begged y'all many times to go there. Isaiah chapter 3. He stripped everything from a woman. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, Father. They told them they had to have their heads wrapped and all that. You gonna strip that too? Yes. Yes. Dresses hanging all to the ground and look, walking around here looking like slaves to men. That's what these women today look like. Slaves to men. And when you look like that, you don't feel good about yourself. When you look like another flesh tell you you're supposed to look, you can't feel good about yourself. You got to look as good as you feel. Because look don't start on the outside. It starts on the inside. Your spirit has to feel good. Your spirit got to want good for you to feel. And not be tamed to look this way, walk this way, talk this way, cover your head. What? Go back. Go to Isaiah chapter 3 and ask Yah, what you taking their head wraps and stuff from them for? Ask Father. Well, why are you doing that? See, what will it be for a creator to give women hair so they can walk around in the world with it covered up? When he said, now watch this. I know you finna take me there, Father. I can feel that. You finna go all the way there. Wait a minute, Deborah. You tell them. If that was the case, why didn't I wrap Eve head with a tree or with a vine? He said, furthermore, tell them. They were in the garden naked. And they wasn't ashamed. So how you like me now? That's how I created it. All this sin brought all this control in on women. And they still too ignorant to grip it. They're too ignorant to see. This is all set up in man-made power, control, and sin. Where it really started. And the Father, I was like, okay, now, wait a minute, Father, Yah, hold up. You mean to tell me when that sin, when they accepted the message out of the mouth and entertained and heard what Satan was saying, you mean to tell me that was it for your will? It's your perfect, Deborah. I let go and let loose. Let him go. Man took it on, picked up that baton that Adam and Eve had, and they took it from there. You know, in the beginning, in my perfect will, I said them. Man took it away and made it him. All that I said that them was over, they took it away and they said him. They did that. The Roman Catholics did that. And it got the Hebrews, which is the Negroes, running around here thinking they in power and in control and can't even get their flesh in control of lust, of porno, of masturbating. They can't even get their finances in control. They can't even get their own head cut. So when they start telling them to grow their beard, you see they just all out of order. And they think it look good. Because now they don't have to pay money. They don't have to look like nothing but walk around talking about this is my culture. No, baby, you bent. You all the way bent. Because the truth be told, you've been watching too many of the white man pictures of who you're supposed to be. Because from what I heard, if they was in the land of the richest land on the face of the earth, let me tell you something. Them women and men wasn't dressing like these men and women are dressing today, trying to mimic the pictures that the white man then gave them. Anything these white people give them, they mimic it. They show them how the men in prison walk around with their pants hanging. 99.9 of these men, our Negro men, walk around here with their pants hanging. And they don't have no problem with it. But they say they representing Yah. None whatsoever. What do you mean, Deborah? Say, for instance, I'm saying they represented. Why are you putting all of them in the pot? Because Yah said when you know to do better, you speak to people to do better. It's what you say toward what is being done wrong and what is out of order. But to stand around and give these men, how would I say it? An award for being a man, saying that you are king, you a leader, you a ruler in jail. Are you those things? Come on now. You still in captivity. That means you in prison. So what jail you in that you a king? What jail are you in when you a ruler? Huh? Who will submit to you and we all in captivity? Huh? Why am I submitting to you? Who are you? These men that were submitted to by their wives were seeds of the Spirit. These were not seeds of the foolish flesh of men. These were men that came down here as the seed of the Spirit. Well, these women saw them serving Yah, representing, praising, and honoring Yah. These women don't see these men doing this. And they taking their stupid tails, submitting and falling up under. That's on you. Because Sister Deborah will tell you, and I'm not a dead prophet, I'm a living one. Every woman that followed the men back in them days and doing wrong, they went down with her. Children too. So you think coming out of Babylon, you think he gonna collect everything and you and all yours? No, he ain't. You ain't collecting when you was in. He ain't gonna collect you when it's time to get out. You're gonna sit your tail right where you at, up in her. He even said, come out of her, so that you won't receive her plagues. You so far up in her rectum, you don't even want to find your way out. And your way out was always him. He said, train up a child in the way that he should go. What way is that, Father Yah? Hold up, Father Yah. Hold up, Father Yah. What way is that? And who is to train him? Oh, but you want to be the king and the leader and the ruler. But you ain't training these daughters and sons up in the fear of Yah. You're training them up to think that, hey, I got many wives. Look, you got a lot of mothers. I got a house full of women. That's how you training your males up and your females, that you ain't worth nothing but to be one of these women to all these men. That's a sick mind if you don't do it. But it's okay. It's okay. You're still in captivity where you're going to remain. And you go on at that. Deuteronomy 28, verse 16, all the way down telling you. And I'm like saying, wait a minute, hold up, Father Yah. Hold up, Father Yah. It sounds like they supposed to crush us until we are destroyed. He said, you always said that. You got it, but you don't have it. Go back. I went back up in that thing, and guess who I saw? Hamashiach, the right hand of the Father, speaking about how he's going to destroy your tears. And you running around here telling people you coming out. What are you coming out of? You're not coming out, child. You're going to be destroyed here. And those that did not come out of Babylon here, you're going to be left with Babylon. He got his numbers. He done already marked his in their forehead. Who do you think you are? Playing this game on this earth. That's why that man right now on the courthouse acting a fool, because that he's representing our Negro men. He's representing our Negro men. He's showing the world who we really are. Now look at Isaiah chapter 3. He's cutting up from the floor up on the women in Isaiah 3. And I'm going to tell you, the women, I feel sad for you all because you all don't understand this. And I had to counsel a lady Monday regarding this, because her brother asked me if I would talk to his sister because she was in the situation. And I told him, yeah, I would. So when I spoke with her, we talked, and I had to speak to her. And she said, I just can't wait to speak to you again because we had a really good time. But what has happened here, I want women to understand, when you see children out of order, it's because the father's out of order. The chain has been loosed from Yeshua HaMashiach to man. And it's not because Yeshua HaMashiach turned loose. Man turned loose from HaMashiach, the power. The power is the head, which is HaMashiach of the church. Man turned loose because he wants to be the king, the ruler, the God, the power, the authority in prison. He wants to be that in the prison. That's where he's at in captivity. He wants to be that, but he wants to be that in the flesh. He don't want to be anything that represents Yah in the spirit. He just want to cut up from the floor up in his flesh so that the world can think that he's somebody. They gonna know who you are. Because when you go to Matthew 24, nation against nation means people against people. And you know what this world is trying to do, in case y'all don't know, and I know y'all don't. This country is trying to get the white people to fire up on your tails. That's their whole goal. Their whole goal. Now, listen to this. Let me show you how powerful Satan and the power of the Roman Catholic is. We ain't gonna do it. We ain't messing with them. We know who they are. We ain't gonna mess with them. We got too many ways to get there without even putting our hands on them. We're gonna let them cut up from the floor up, start their own racial war by running their ugly mouths. You see what I'm saying? Starting stuff. All they have to do is pay you $50. You will go up there and start all kind of mess. Look at this young man. Was that Memphis or Mississippi or Memphis where he went? Why are you going, taking your tail away from where you live to go in boondocks and work for some white people? Why did a man tell you, bro, don't do that? Be careful, don't go that way. Where was daddy? Where was Pawpaw? Where was uncle? Where was brother? Where was friend to say, bro, I wouldn't go down there? There's too many jobs everywhere. Why are you going down there where those people are waiting to kill somebody like you? Did you even have a feeling? Wait a minute. Don't go, don't go, don't go. No. Death wasn't telling you not to go. Don't go. Go on, fool. You ain't listening to nobody. He went right down there. The moment he got down there, he realized, these people finna kill me. Mom, I'm in danger. It's too late. It's too late. Mama, why wouldn't you send some men to talk to your child? Because there ain't no men to talk to these kids, these young men. There's no men out here that's going to talk to these young men about righteous. No, there's no such thing as good and evil. Evil comes with good and good comes with evil. They work hand in hand. While y'all got y'all stupid tails out here thinking y'all doing something. Thinking you're doing something good and don't even understand. Why did y'all put good with evil? Why'd you do that, Father Yah? Why did you put them together? Why did you allow them to come into the garden and be with each other? He said they love each other. They care for each other so much. While y'all walking y'all tails around here talking about good, good, good. Good is connected to evil and evil connected to good. That's the only way Satan gets you, through good. And that's something else they don't know how to teach to people, nor to teach these men. These men are so far gone. I was just sitting here before I went on live, and I saw these men talking on this Atlanta thing where this man interviewed these people that's out at Atlanta. And I'm sitting here looking at these two brothers he was interviewing. I'm like, they gone, Father. He said, Deborah, I told you. I said, they gone. And when he was interviewing them, guess what? It didn't take me 2 minutes to see how far gone they were. Mentally, it's real, y'all. Deuteronomy 28 is so real. But the real part and that carries the power of Deuteronomy 28 is when I was looking at it, and as you read it, it's like he's saying they going to do it. But Yah pulls up and say, you better read that over. Y'all gone. You're gone. Y'all doing it. Y'all doing it. See, I thought that, okay, said the curse. Just say there's a curse. Okay, there the curse is, okay, we in here and they doing this to us. They doing this and do. Guess what? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. See who's doing this here. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. And this is what these men is not telling these men. And that's why you see all these men killing like crazy. Yes, women are doing it, but you don't ever, as long as you live, compare women against men. Because if you ever sat down under this, with this book, under the Ruach HaKodesh, you'll find out, where are the women? They did, and you'll find out you've been lying, they've been lying. Because they ain't gonna find it, not in the book. The focus has always been on the men. And when he gave them the light, he gave them the seeds that had lights, just like they did, which were babies. And they turned around and looked at their own seeds and said, I'm not taking care of it. I'm not feeding it. I'm not giving it a roof to stay on. I'm not giving them nothing. Walked away from them and have the audacity today to say it was the fault of the woman. And the Father going to ask them, come judge me. What was those talents that I gave you? I know you thought they was some different kind of talents, didn't you? You thought they was the talents that you can use and you can do this and you can do that. You thought it was your ugly mouth, didn't you? You thought it was your leadership. You thought it was you being a seer. No, your talents were those seeds that I put in you. Your first talents. Did you feed your children? Did you train your children up in the way that they should go? You want me to tell you the way that they should go, said the fathers? The way that they should go is my way. Man, did you train your children up in the way that I say that you should train them up? They should go. You say you're the king, you're the leader, you're the ruler. Did you train them up, ruler? Did you train them up, king? Did you train them up, leader, in the way that they should go? And the way they should go is to me. But did you do that? Oh, no, I forgot. The woman put you out because the word for her came in on the scene. And knowing that the men had been out for so many years hoarding around. Daddy's being, a rolling stone. Babies all over the world. Even in other countries where they was in the military, they just bathed and then they have the audacity to stand here today and call out a woman. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, verse 20. Ohio, let's cut it down, Deborah, cut it down. Yah shall send upon thee curses, vexation, rebuke in all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Deuteronomy 28. That was 20. I was saying he's going to let them do it. The Father said, Deborah, that's where the problem is at. We blaming the heathen. We blaming the Gentiles. The Father said, y'all better check me out. That's me up in there. That's me. It says just as plain as day on verse 20. And Ahijah shall send upon thee curses, vexation, rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto to do, until thou be destroyed. When how is it we saying the heathens and Gentiles daily to us? He said, because they have always lied on him. They will not tell the truth about his discipline, because his discipline is that right hand, which is Hamashiach. They don't want you to know nothing about that. They want you to know it the way they want to say it and teach it. But the truth be told, they've been lying to y'all all the time. Let's go there. Deuteronomy 28, verse 24. Here we go again. And Yahuwah said, now Yahuwah shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. And that remind me of in the hot desert area where there's that ground where you used to see them big old swollen babies with swollen bellies and flies all over them. Have y'all seen it in Sudan or somewhere over there? Watch this here. Verse 24. And Yahuwah shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust from heavens shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. Keep it going, Deborah. Verse Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. And Yahuwah shall smite thee with madness. Didn't I tell y'all was going to crack up? Y'all, I'm telling y'all go on. Sister Deborah ain't trying to lie on y'all. What would it I gain? A living prophet that's living in this day and time, going through everything y'all going through. I'm in this with y'all. So what reason I'm going to get on this devil platform and lie? That these people that's feeding y'all, been feeding y'all all these years, they're the liar. They are the liar and got you walking in circles in darkness. Now watch this here. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28. Listen to this. Listen to this. Ahiah shall smite thee with madness, blindness, and astonishment of heart. Who's going to do that? Yahuwah. Let's go to 29. Deuteronomy 28, verse 29. And thou shalt gulp at noonday as blind gulp in the darkness. That's saying that y'all walking in darkness. Y'all can't see no light. Spiritual light. You're out in this evil wickedness walking. And that is exactly what I try to been telling y'all. And I've been telling y'all year after year. Now watch this here. And thou shalt not prosper in the ways. So all these men on here telling you, oh, we got this. They telling you, like you see the Dow's guy, think he building and he got guns and he got people there. Baby, use a fool. And you're going to be the one that's going to die by the mighty sword. And I'm going to show them that too. Now watch this here. And it says, Deuteronomy 28 and 29. And it says, in the darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy way. And thou shalt not only oppress and spoil evermore, and no man shall save you. Say that again to them, Father. No man. Say that again to these people. No man. So while you sitting around here making these men gods, you're making a fool out of yourself. Now, this is the part I like. Deuteronomy 28 and 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knewest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed, crushed away. So when they run around here getting the land, like they getting it, praising it, boasting, trying to make you feel bad because they got something you don't. Oh, we got this. The Father want me to tell you half of, not more than half, 80% of them don't even own the land. They leasing it in hope to buy it. So this is how they lie to get you to think they got something. And look, I'm on this devil platform telling y'all, did. Y'all better get did. Y'all better get out of there. And guess what? They don't even understand. What's in the city is going to be right at your door. It ain't going. You think y'all gonna give you more, or you gonna protect you out in the woods because you decide to go out in the woods? You decide to go out there for the wrong reason. And for that reason, guess what? Satan know where you at. Okay? So watch this here. Deuteronomy 28 and 33. And 34. And this is what he's saying to me. That's why I say I'm in this with y'all. I'm not a dead prophet. I'm a living one. Listen to what he says. Deuteronomy 28 and 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. Praise Almighty Yah. I am gone because of what I'm seeing. I tell y'all that all the time. I'm seeing this thing. I'm seeing it. And who is this here that's able to see it? Those that Yah is allowing to see it. Because everybody else, they think they got it going on. You all the way through Deuteronomy 28. And here it is. It goes here again. Over 45, 46, 48, 61. He's telling them that I'm going to destroy your what? You see what they don't understand that. Well, what do that mean, Father? You're going to destroy here. Crushed. You ain't going to have no mind. It's going to be gone. It's already gone. And that's what the prophet is telling you. It's gone. I know you think you got it. The best thing you could have is spirit and truth. The Ruach HaKodesh that rests in you, that has been directing you through the light. Because that is greater than your mind itself. because it has a mind in itself. See, that's what I'm saying. These men didn't teach these people that there's two sides of you. You have a spirit and you have a flesh. Your flesh has a mind. Your flesh has a heart. Your flesh has eyes too, and your flesh has two ears. But guess what? Over yonder in you, that's greater, that's good and willing, is a spirit. It has a mind. It has a heart. It has a what? An eye, and it has an ear. That's what's going to bring you out. That's what y'all going to lead you out with. You see what I'm saying? So those that are in full denial and have called themselves pastor leaders and rulers and been leading these people astray, they just lead them into the broad gate where there's no other way but destruction. And this is what they're doing to this young man. And they getting these black men to act a fool. Now, these black men, these Negro men are not out here trying to act like they're trying to get something for their people, that they're entitled to reparations or something. They out here cutting up from the floor up about everything else. Talking about gun law. Why are you trying to fight gun law for these white people? Because they got you up here acting a fool because they know that these here hatred white people love their guns. And they got you standing up here trying to fight for a gun right to cancel out their guns. Bro, you're going to be in some trouble. They playing you against your greatest enemy on this earth, which is the heathens. And that's the bad way to take it. That's why they going to kill you, think they doing something right. Because you setting yourself up from the floor. And in Isaiah chapter 3, and listen to this here. And this is what's going to happen to the men. And what they'll tell you is they ain't going to take you here. They ain't going to take you to Isaiah 3. Just a whole chapter Isaiah 3. They won't take you there because it's speaking of today. He's speaking it, y'all. It's speaking it. Like Crenshaw, that's a sick man. I'm sitting here watching this man say, this is a very sick man. He's on nationwide television, on YouTube. Let me do this, y'all. Doing all this clowning for Satan. And I'm like saying, bro, do you know what time we're in? Who told you y'all sent you down here to try to connect numbers and colors that connect Satan? When did y'all call a man to come behind Satan and tell his every move? He's gone, y'all. Those people that listen to him, they can't even see that man is gone. Because if they will listen to him, he'd already told them his childhood, his struggle, mentally. And I'm like saying, he done broke that thing down to these people, even to these Gentiles, and they still eating him up. Talking about colors. God woke me up at the midnight hour. And he told me this and he told me that. And I feel I owe. Now listen to this, y'all. Listen to this very careful. This is why I say these men, our black men, are sick. Listen to this. Listen to this very careful. This is what they said. He said, I owe it to, you know, the white guy, the Cash App man that just died, I think last week. He was stabbed, killed. He said God woke him up and told him some things about that. And that I owe it to his family. I said to him, I said, you mean to tell me all these black people that got murdered and killed, and God gonna toss and turn you all night and give you all the clues that Satan has done toward this man getting killed? He stay in Chicago. Tell me, ain't that sick? Is that not sick? Tell me if that don't mean that he's gone. He's gone, y'all. He's gone. He's gone. He's French, y'all. How could you be on YouTube when I'm gonna tell you where I found out that it was really something wrong? I kept seeing him talking about, and yes, you can call spirits. I believe the reason why he's tossing and turning, and I think demonic spirits is on him. Because listen to this. You won't find that nowhere what Yah has called anyone to chase after Satan. Not one. Tell me, why would the Most High Yah in such a midnight hour as this, the end days, cause this man to get on YouTube and use YouTube to deceive people that he got the power and connection to Yah to chase after Satan? That's dangerous. Ooh-wee! I wouldn't want to be in that. But I realize this man been dealing in demonic since he was a little boy. He has not had any rest. And as he get older, he don't even see you about to lose it, bro. You about to lose it. Because anytime somebody get on YouTube and tell you, look at my eyes, see they red? I've been crying. I couldn't have no sleep all night long. I tossed and turned, and God told me and showed me this and showed me that. And I feel I owe it to the man's family, Cash App family, to say what he's about to say. And what he was showing was colors, little signs here, little signs here, and people don't understand. That is one of the biggest sorcery and witchcraft you can fool in. Because at any time, I'm going to show you an example. Right here today, you can go in your house and look at a wall and form a face, an animal. You can look in the sky and form something in the clouds. You can take numbers and connect them to make them to be what you want them to be. And this is what he's using. Sorcery and witchcraft on YouTube, and they eating it up. But where I knew he was something really was wrong is when he made the people feel. Let me tell you what he said. YouTube, he was bragging on YouTube. Oh, y'all should have seen this man. He was lit up like, he's dark skinned, but he was lit up like a light bulb. Oh, he was so happy. That's how foolish he is. He done reached 100 subscribers. That means he get a little money. And he's so happy. He's so happy. And he was just like, oh, he was just so, y'all, that man was so happy. He thought he was in heaven. He felt life is about white people and Christians. That's the only thing life is about. Nothing else. I got to make sure the Christians and the white people is okay. That's his mind. It's gone. I'm going to call it out. It's gone. It is gone. And you up on here saying you didn't have no sleep and you was crying because this man that died, that was Cash App, and you saw a picture of the man that killed him, and God been dealing with you with what happened to him, with the sun god and the colors and the Illuminatis and all this. Why are you all up in that Kool-Aid? And it wasn't even created for you to drink. Why are you taking on Satan's mess? What? Who told you that God called you to chase behind Satan to show everybody his signs? So you think that you can chase behind Satan and represent Yah because you chasing behind Satan? He don't say nothing about God. I mean, nothing spirit and truth and nothing righteous. I'm going to be honest. The basic things he say is the basic things everybody say when they in Christian, and it's not very much. Yeah. I've been praying and God been revealing. And see, I told y'all. And I sat back and I said, Father, that man lying. He's mixing the numbers and the colors. He didn't found a way to be in Satan's Kool-Aid. And I mean, he's eating it up. He's drinking it up and selling it to this devil platform, which are his friend. Why y'all gonna tell you something about the Cash App man when that don't have nothing to do with y'all? Somebody need to talk to Sister Deborah because she gone. Why would the Most High in such a midnight hour have a tribe of Judah losing sleep for a rich white man that was murdered by his partner? And y'all gonna give you revelation to chase down Satan because of it? And I'm saying, like, but Father, I said, Father, do this man know how much danger he putting himself in? He said, let him put himself in there. He want to play and with Satan. Go on. You want to make these people think I called you to chase after Satan? You gonna chase after Satan, and Satan gonna start chasing after you. That's what's gonna happen to him, and that's why he's losing his sleep. And he calling it. Y'all are speaking to him. How has y'all speaking to you about a man in Cash App that got murdered by his one of his friends, and you owe it? This is what this man said. I owe it to his family to tell them the truth. I got to give them the truth of the whole matter. This darn Negro don't. Woo! And every time he gets on, it's never really about his own people. It's always trying to find where Satan is at. Who called you to be lurking behind Satan? I just don't get it, you guys. I don't get the fact that I will live to see how far gone the tribe of Judah is. They gone. When y'all get off of here, look at that man video, and so you can see hear what he's saying and see what he's doing. And then you go and you hear the brothers and them talking about how crazy that is. He's up there clowning because they done gave him a little money to act a fool. And he's too stupid to realize they giving you that to start the war the nation against nation in Matthew 24. Whether you start it or whatever, it's already started. But you ain't doing nothing but kindle the fire. When you find your people, and this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. When you look up, you're going to realize your own people is going to be in a war. And you're going to realize they started it. You're going to realize they started it. And they too ignorant to see that. And let me go here. In Isaiah chapter 3, and this is it, y'all. I'm out. In Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25. He's now dealing with the daughters of Zion. Now he stripped them from got them on sackcloth clothes. All of that jewelry and all them bunnies and all that wrapped head and them hoods and them veils and all that crap, bald head burning, and they on the ground now, boo-hooing. They on the ground boo-hooing. Wait a minute, Father said, hold up. I'm purging your butt. But wait a minute, hold up. I'm not finished with you yet. He said, I'm not finished with you yet. Verse 25, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25. He said, now, every one of these you birthed, you brought forth, woman. Verse 25, Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. What's the difference from the men that's going to fall by the sword versus the mighty men in the war? You see how, I don't know if y'all ever saw this Dow's man, how he's flunked guns and weapons. So he's too ignorant to realize, baby, you showing them you be the first one they come to. They got to bring you down first. You see? And it's going to be very easy because you ain't got nothing compared to those who going to bring your tail down. Now watch this. there to call that camp that they have, that Dow's person, that camp that he have. That's the mighty men. Why are they called mighty men? Because they think they're going to fight a war. They ain't looking for y'all to fight nothing. They think they mighty. That's what is saying in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25. These nutballs think they mighty. So that's why he said, that's the difference between these two men. Listen to it. Isaiah chapter 3 and chapter 25. Thy men. Now, who is thy? Thy, he's speaking to the women. I'm taking your men down, whether you like it or not. And what do he say? The men. You think he's talking to the men, that he's taking your men down? No, he's telling this to the women. Go up a notch. Verse 24, you'll see he talking to women. Women! And he said, thy men. Who are thy men? Thy brother, thy cousin, thy grandpa, thy great-grandpa, your husband, your uncle, your friends, your sons. I'm taking them down. And how is he going to take them down? Listen to what he said. Shall fall by the sword. Don't that mean kill y'all? Anybody think that means something else? What does that mean to y'all? Where are we at today? See, this is what I'm saying. Where are we at today? Lost without a cause, because he's saying that they're going to fall by the sword. What do that mean? They're going to get killed. There you go. You got the word. They're going to get killed. So why are you saying that? Why are you making that known to us? Why ain't the men preaching this? Why ain't the men teaching this? See how they cutting you out? They teaching you what they want to manipulate and deceive you to believe. But the truth be told, there is a lot of things Yah has said through the Ruach HaKodesh so you can understand. That's why I say, in all your getting, you better get that Ruach HaKodesh. That's the understanding. That's what you got to get so you can understand what you read. Don't let them precept you, lying you a little here and you little there. Because greater is he that's in you than he that's in them. And I come to teach you all things. Not some, but all. Now watch this here. By the sword. Why do it says and? Who is this and? What's this all about? And what's this word thy? Thy. What are you saying? He's telling the women again. And your tough ones, the one you think bad, the one they think is bad, they mighty because they got weapons, because they lift weights, they run around here and blow smoke. They want to be mighty. What did it says? And thy mighty men are going to what? They're going to die in the war. Why? Because they're going to think they're going to fight this thing out. That's that Dow's guy in his camp, his cult. They think they're going to fight their way out. Those are the mighty ones who's hiding weapons, thinking they're going to override what Yah said, and they're going to fight their way in this country. What are you fighting your way in this country for? Did this country put you here? Where at in Deuteronomy does it tell you to fight your way? Where in Deuteronomy tells you get all the weapons you can so you can fight your way, your war? Oh, you want a war? You're going to have one. Hold up. It's coming. That's that one in Matthew 24, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. You think you got a kingdom here on earth? In the land of your oppressor. You're running around here talking about you got a kingdom. And it's not just him, many of them. That's why they get on this devil platform and deceive you that they got something. And y'all know that now one of them ain't got nothing. It's what they stole from others to get what they got. Want me to tell you why? Because all up in Deuteronomy, it told them, you'll never have nothing. You'll never own nothing. You'll never have anything as long as you're in the land of your captive. What do he mean by that, y'all? Do anybody in the live chat knows why do he say that in Deuteronomy 28? What is he saying and why do he say it? You know, I'm going to tell you why he said and what he's saying. He said that curse that y'all in, y'all trying to make me a lie. Y'all trying to prove me to be a lie. But I'm going to tell you, Beyonce and Jay-Z, you see, they sold over. And anybody that runs out here do the opposite and trying to outbeat the curse itself, hold up. You're going to die with it. See, a lot of y'all didn't know that. See, say for instance, you wanted to go get you some land. Go get you some land. But don't be on this devil platform bragging. You got guns, you got food, you got this, you got that. Y'all better get out them city. That is not of y'all. So what you got is what you stole. Why? Because he said in the land of your captive, you will never have nothing. Every one of them, famous ones, have sold their soul over. That's why they got what they got. They done sold this, they done signed the dotted line for Satan. You mine. And I'm yours. They sold over. And many of us who run around here and try to tell other people, because what does that look like? If you all could see the picture in my mind about land, it will blow your mind. And it's all about making sure many can come and live until Yah comes, but it'll be representing him on that land and him only. It wouldn't be going and piling up guns and weapons and then get on YouTube. Y'all better get out of the city and y'all better get out of the suburbs and y'all better get out and get you some land and going out. No, I wouldn't be on here telling y'all that. I wouldn't be saying a word. You know why? Because I said, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Now I got him in me. Now he got me out here. I'm with him now. That's it. That's it. I won't be on this devil platform sitting here telling people, well, I got this out here and I got this and you better get yours. And I told you to get it. I told y'all to grow this here. I told you to plant this. I told you to plant that. But what did Deuteronomy tell you? That the Father run this thing. That's what Deuteronomy 28 tells you. That right hand power rule this thing and run it. And you all have disrespected the curse itself. So, Sister Deborah, if anybody in the live chat has a question or two, I'm here. If you want to ask any question, I'm gonna give you at least about 3 minutes if anybody had any question. Okay. That's right. If Father will. And you'll know it'll be his will because he'll make sure that way is clear for you. But you can't get out of his will. Meaning get out here and then go trying to tell somebody like you done got something. No, because he already wrote it down. He already prophesied you ain't going to have crap in your land of your captivity. So how you going to be a king in your land of your captivity? How you going to rule in the land of your captivity? And you in prison. Because he said they have no respect for the curse itself. That's those who have no respect for the curse itself. They really think where they at is where they have overstepped into because they all let in something. He said it ain't because they think he's somebody. It's because they think they somebody themselves. I believe that, y'all. I really believe that. Because if you read the whole curse from the whole Deuteronomy 28, he's like letting you know, if you just salute what I said and accept this punishment, I'll bring you out. But you know what they said? We ain't accepting that. We're going out here and get our guns, get ready for war. We're going to claim this and claim that. Oh, let me go and get everybody I know that I can get and manipulate to get land and get money from them and build and call it the fruit. Baby, use the food and use the fool and use the food. Because it ain't nothing in Deuteronomy said that you was going to have land to where you prospering and you building and you going to have and you got all the women you want and all the women in submissive. I sit back and I watch how, and I'm going to show you how low down men are. Men are so low down and they are so boast and they're going to be left here dead. Just like in Isaiah chapter 3 and 25, what did it say? 2 men. One that think they tough and bad and mighty, and one that's going to die. Your sons, your husbands, your brothers. Now there's going to be some left over, and that's what the women is saying to the one they see, because those that, guess what, y'all? The men that are going to be left over Don't forget the women going to be on the ground crying. Why are they going to be crying? It's because Yah is purging them. They got a burning scab. They got all the clothes stripped off of them. They in sackcloth. Yah is judging them. He's judging them. And the part of the judgment is to also to let them know. See these men that run around here telling y'all they rulers, they kings, and they leaders. They dishonored my curse. They disrespect my curse. They dishonored me and my name and what I stand for. And furthermore, they messed in my power. And because of that, I'm taking them down. They going down. They going to be destroyed by the what? Sword. And by what else? By the mighty men. They going to die in the war because they going to think it's worth fighting. They're going to get up and be trying to fight these KKKs, these Ku Klux Klans, and what is it? These skinheads and these racist white people. They're going to be out here trying to fight. They're going to be out here trying to fight. That's why they got their guns and everything. They think that they're going to beat something. They're going to stop somebody from coming on their land. They're going to stop this. And that's why y'all going to make sure they make it to your land first before they make it anywhere. So you can understand you done messed up from the floor up in the eyes of Yah. And I'm coming to you in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. That HaMashiach being the power, which is the head over the body. And I'm coming in the body as prophet is in the wilderness that he coming for your tail. So you might as well plant all the seeds that you need. And you better get all the cattle and all the guns and all the bullets you're going to need. But baby, because you're going to need some because you're going down because of the disrespect of the curse. And he do not like that. I'm telling every last one of y'all, he do not like the idea of how y'all was given the curse and you disrespected. You dishonored it. Said a salute it and keep it going. And then have the audacity to get on this devil platform and try to make, now they're all of them ain't doing that, y'all. I've seen some really nice black men out here just got their family and just really just thanking God for just giving them what he's giving them. And they don't know nothing about Hebrew Israelites. I'm serious, but they just giving the unseen God the glory. They're not out there telling you, you better get this and you better get this. And y'all told y'all should have get out of the cities and out of the suburbs. I told y'all to come on out and do what we did. See, we the fruit of the spirit. We doing the work. Bragging, boasting. And how you think you represents y'all? Living. What they did is they built their own tower on their land. And even if they have it, they building their own kingdom outside of what y'all said they were in, a curse. And that's one part that the Father do not care for because they did it like that. He do not care for that. And see, that's what they thinking. If they think from what, and see, this is, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to share this with y'all. One thing a lot of people thinking is it's between flesh and flesh. It's between man and man. No, it ain't, baby. You messed with Yah. You done messed with the unseen power. You done messed with the unseen Yah, the creator of all things. And that's where they messed up. That's where we all mess up. Is when we try to cross him out, try to make him the lie, and we're going to sit and try to live this lie. We're going to try to live life opposite of the way he done predestined it. Opposite in the way he done prophesied. Opposite in the way that he done sent the prophets to warn us and tell us, oh, we don't need them. We leaders and kings and lions. Okay, those the mighty ones is going down. So all these Hebrew Israelite men, these so-called the tribe of Judah, the talking about you the lion, and you the lion of Judah, and you the king, and you the ruler. You got women submissive to you, and all this whole mess. You don't see that nowhere in the land of your captives. Nobody should be submissive to nobody in that way. You both should be all submitting to Yah. And when you submit to Yah, if husbands submit to Yah, you see him submit to Yah. And yes, it's something you see because it's a feeling you get. You see it. He's not trying to step his boundaries over Yah. He don't care if you submit or not. He submit himself to Yah. That's a real man. That's a real man. He ain't looking at you and everybody else to get it right. He's just busy trying to find his place with Yah. These ignorant men out here, they out here killing their kids left and right. Their mothers and their fathers, their own best friends. Women killing as well. But he said, Deborah, when the chain is broken, up there where Yeshua HaMashiach, where man was supposed to hold on to Yeshua HaMashiach, that's broken. And what happened? He fell on top of woman and children. That's what you see today. Now, the Father in the heavens gave me that to give unto you. And this is the second time I'm telling y'all. He said the chain has been broken. This here chain that was locked. Man was supposed to hook on to Yeshua HaMashiach. He let go. He fell on top of woman. And woman fell on top of the children. He got up and left. And left woman and the children. Isaiah chapter 3. If you go to the whole, I want y'all to go into Isaiah chapter 3 and read the whole one. And it's going to show you what's going on today. Isaiah chapter 3, and it show you where these men are at. See, y'all be thinking Sister Deborah be talking about men, but when you know y'all, when you really know spirit and truth, you know that there are some things that has been hidden so deep among these people. And this is why they're being judged. And they still being judged, even past the 400 years. Now watch this here. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. And that is 100. And that's what I'm battling with a lot of women. Their children is sending them to an early grave, giving them a hard time. And I'm talking about the young ones as well as the adults. Watch this here. And women rule over them. Women is ruling over the one that is oppressing them. And they losing. They're losing. You're losing. He told you in them days how the children are going to be disobedient to their parents. He prophesies all that to us. This is what they're doing. They are oppressing the one that's what? Ruling them. Why? Because she was left there with him. Remember the fall? Man fell on woman. Woman fell on the child. That means she got left with him. Who did the woman get left with? Anybody in live chat? And that's it. Who did the woman get left with? Who did the woman get left with? Anybody in the live chat know? Who did the woman get left with? With the children? Anybody else? Who did the woman get left with? The children? Who did the woman get left with? Nope. The women got left with the man. The children are the product of the father. So the women got left with the man, even though the man left. Y'all didn't know that, did you? That's the true fact. That's the true fact. Yeah, you got it. The men responsibilities, but guess what? The children has the ways of the man. 100%. Not 100% like the ways, but not 100% the ways, but 100% ways like the father. When you say, when Sister Deborah, why would you say that? Because what did y'all say? What did y'all say? The curse was because of what? What was the curse? Was because of the what? Was it because of the foremother or the forefathers? That answered the question. Just think about this. And don't y'all think 400 years being cursed is pretty big? Isn't that a pretty big curse? But why did he say you curse? You don't know, do you? You really don't know. You're cursed because of your forefathers. See that? And they getting, I'm showing you what I'm saying to y'all. This is how much men have gotten away with. All the way up until today. Still getting away with it. Won't even recognize. That woman ain't done nothing to you. It's what y'all did to yourself. You go back to Judges when that king of Israel was traveling, and the men was at the door. Young men and old men was at the door wanting to have the judge. That's different than Solomon and Gomorrah. These were men. And they want to make you think it's about women being homosexual. They homosexual like men. No. Women has left their natural use because men has left them. And I'm not mean leaving them home and back. They have left the position and Yah has called you to be. Men were the ones, not you women, that he said train them up in the way that he should go. Men were supposed to do that. They left. See, that's what I'm saying. They left everything, turned away from everything. And what the Father said, that's why the chain is loose up there with Yeshua HaMashiach. And they on these devil platforms preaching and teaching to Yah. And they didn't broke the chain from Yeshua and then land on the woman, got up and took off and ran. The woman got left with who they were, which were their children. And now the women trying to battle with, how did these kids get like this? I gave them a home. I sent them to school. I sent them to college. I gave them their first car. I made sure they had everything they need. How did they become like this? Because, woman, you didn't know what Yah said. I will visit the iniquity of the father 3 to 4 generations, and you didn't take me at my word. Only way they're not going to get visit if the curse is broken. And guess what? It never was. Because he said we are worse than our forefathers. So we run around here trying to raise these men that then took off and ran all over again. And you end up raising what? Monsters. And you thinking you got an angel. And you'll find it out in due season. So Yah's about what he said and say what he's about. He's going to visit their sin. And how he's visiting it through the children. That's why they swooped the coop. They swooped the coop because that's how no good men have been. And it just wasn't the Gentile men. I mean, it just wasn't the house of Israel. It was men, period. They never allowed women to be in the midst of anything. Women back then, the white women, they weren't able to vote. They weren't able to work. They weren't able to get equal rights. They weren't able to say a word about anything. They couldn't do nothing to their own bodies. Men were the only one touching their bodies, telling what their body is, looking all up in a woman and everything. Men. And they don't even see. This is what you see today. This is why this world is where it's at, loaded with Satan in them. And they walking around here like they the God most gifts to the world. I'm a king, I'm a leader, I'm a ruler. You a fool, you's a fool, and you's a fool. And hell is waiting for you. That's what your ticket going to say. Fool, go to hell. That's what it's going to say. Because their mindset is gone. And I look at it, and the reason why I'm speaking is because I'm living it. I'm in this day. Now, say for instance, if I was speaking of what another prophetess or another prophet was saying, no. Sister Deborah is telling you what I'm seeing right here today. And how it even counteract and how our men are going up against Deuteronomy 28. And every word Yah has prophesied, they're going up against it. They don't want to hear nothing with Jeremiah and Isaiah and Ezekiel. Did y'all know that they're telling you how he's going to deal with them, these men who's been leading the flock? Y'all don't pay any attention to it, do it. Y'all should hear it. And see, most of y'all don't. Y'all sit and y'all wait till somebody can get on here and tell you. Read it. Because all you got is the time to get closer to Yah. Get closer to his spirit and truth. Not to these people who deceiving you. So did anybody have a question? Because I'm going to sum this one out. Always did. Always was. And it's not that one is putting things on them. It's that they reject truth. That's what he said. That's why they're going to perish. Because they reject truth. They're doing it purposely. So they won't have to own up to it. So what are they? They are enemy to the Father. Because they trying to make the Father a lie. You read Deuteronomy 28, you'll see all these men on these platforms is standing right in the face of Yah saying, you's a liar. You's a liar. That's what they saying. You's a liar. We ain't cursed. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. All that you said in Deuteronomy 28, we not like that. That's not happening to us. And y'all sit around and don't even understand. That's exactly what they said. That's why they on these devil platforms dancing with Satan. So Sister Deborah. All right. Praise the Most High Yah. Yep. I like the idea that he has a law because his law is spirit and it is truth. His law, he got rules about his law. And I like that. He got instructions and directions regarding his will. Even though we want to step on him and make him a lie so we can look good. No, we can't do that. Okay. So Sister Deborah say, I know I didn't held you a little bit too long. And I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And we need to find a topic that we can cover that's leaning in the air. Something that we really need to talk about because of where we're at today. Where we're at today. These are the sort of topics we must tackle. Because we ain't getting out of, it's no thing about trying to figure out where we're going. Let Yah take care of that. Let the Most High Yah take care of that. And let us find ourselves where he wants us to be. And not so much as where the flesh of these men and women are saying we should be. Be in him. Yep, and that's the thing about it. They have, and they didn't have no feeling. It's just like, it's to me, this is where I try to not try to make them look all good at all. Because you got to think, if y'all put that in you, in the men, and you dispersing them by thousands, and then you get some that fertilize and have child, and you walk away with it, away from it, running around here talking about she ain't doing what you want her to do and saying what you want her to say and being what she, and I'm gonna walk away with something I dispersed in her, but I'm gonna walk away and I don't want to put it in her. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. Something wrong. So Sister Deborah saying to you, thank you all for tuning in. I've talked so many times about polygamy. Polygamy is a game of evil doing. Okay, it's a game of lust and satisfying the flesh. Now, I'm going to say this here, and I'm going to help you out a great deal. If polygamy represents Yah in the spirit, then yes, I'm for it. But this is the next question. This is the next answer. Where do polygamy gain in the heaven? Where do polygamy line up in spirit and truth? It's for the flesh of man. And what do the flesh of man do? What did Satan tell him in the garden? And what did Eve say? And what did Yah say? You shall surely die. Why? He's talking about the flesh. So if we think that Yah has orchestrated our lost desire to live into polygamy for our flesh, then we are of the flesh. Because if we don't learn to focus on spirit, he said, get the flesh under the subjection to the spirit. Polygamy wouldn't have any room in the spirit. It don't even have a place in the spirit. Polygamy is what they were doing back in the days. But it was not what you call righteous. It wasn't the permissive will. It was the unpermissive will. You get what I'm saying? And if you go back and you see how Jacob and all them women was competing with each other to lay down and have children by Jacob, and all the jealousy and the hate that was in the present, that's what that is. It's all connected to flesh. And they got people thinking it's something good. It ain't got nothing to do with good. Polygamy does not serve Yah. Yah said we worship him in spirit and truth. Tell me, what do polygamy worship Yah in? Polygamy is the lust of men desire. being pleasured. And when those that had more than wife back in the days, Abraham or say David, Solomon, you got to also understand these people were fulfilling their lust. They were fulfilling their lust. And the men today look at the things that they did in their flesh and they mimic our men in the days of yesterday, flesh, which was polygamy. Polygamy is for the flesh. Anything is for the flesh is for the flesh. Anything that's for the spirit is for the spirit. Polygamy get no recognition in the spirit realm because it is flesh. It is massaged by lust, desire to please the flesh body. And that's it. It does not serve nor represent Yah in spirit and truth. So what does that say? Those that did it back then was doing it because they sinned just like everybody sinned today. But they had a specialty about them. Their flesh went to the earth. And the hell that David's household caught. Look at all the hell David's household caught. Go back and see when David did that to that lady's husband and took Bathsheba. See what Yah said, who he punished. He told the prophet, we gonna what you did, prophet, tell David what he did. I'm gonna have his wife to go to the neighbors. See, he went and punished their wives. That's what Yah did. See, because they didn't know that David was the seed that returns back to Yah. That was the spiritual seed in David. You see? But it didn't stop David from the lust. It didn't stop him from lusting and desiring. Men use and lie. They still using it and lying because they want to satisfy that flesh so bad. They say they will kick Yah to the curb. Why? You spirit. I'm ready to fulfill the lust that David had, Abraham had, Solomon had. But one thing they didn't know, they had something beyond that. They were the seeds that's going to return back to the kingdom. But guess what Yah say? He said, Deborah, they need to go back and see. They pay the consequences for having polygamy. They don't want to tackle that. So how you like them now? There's a consequence that David, Moses paid the consequences. Jacob's son went in the house with one of his wives. Jacob's wife was always going up against each other. Jacob said his wife's sister, that right there wasn't even allowed. You see all that chaos that was going on? That's why y'all came back in Leviticus 18 and said, y'all cut that mess out. No more marrying relatives and marrying sisters and brothers. No more will I tolerate that. So he's cut off what they were doing. And our men today want to make what they were doing righteous, that they were doing in their flesh. Flesh can't be held as righteous, y'all. Righteous is not in the flesh. So how dare you claim polygamy as something righteous? Nothing you do in your flesh is righteous. It's what's in your spirit that holds the brand of righteousness. In case y'all didn't know that. Millions of people don't even understand what took place in the garden. Why is it, Father, y'all, that you put good next to evil and put them together? Because, Deborah, they ain't got sense enough to see that Satan had good because I gave it to him. So he can use it to deceive them because they want to think good is all that. And don't even know good ain't got nothing on righteousness. Oh, no, you want good, huh? David David said, what Paul say? When I try to do good, evil is ever present. You darn right he was ever present, because good was connected to evil in the garden, side by side. How y'all like him now? See, they don't know. They don't know. They just run their mouth. All of them on here teaching and preaching. I ain't teaching and preaching. They just in Lulu land. So how you like? Now there go your polygamy right there. These men are just walking in the flesh, feeling the desires of the flesh, and then running back talking about they did it, baby. You know who they were? Who are you? You working for Satan. Now one of their tails will get behind Yeshua HaMashiach and walk therein. He was the one you was supposed to mimic. Why you can't mimic Yeshua HaMashiach? Oh no, you got to get into the lust and want wives to please your flesh, to make you think you a king, to make you think you a leader. Go out here and try to walk like David and Abraham, and I bet your tail get killed while you running around here trying to mimic they sin. So I, Sister Deborah, say unto you, I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in today, but I'm going to tell y'all something. This was a good message. Sister Deborah brought out some old information along with some new, but I'm going to tell you something. I feel power. I feel good about everything I just said. And I thank the Father for the food for the Spirit. And I give him all praise and glory and honor for who he is. You know what else I'm going to tell y'all that I like about the Father? Let me tell y'all this, because y'all don't know this. I like how he don't buckle up. He don't buckle up and he don't buckle down to nothing and nobody. I like him like that. I like that. I love that. He ain't going to bend. He ain't going to make nothing straight for you that's crooked. He ain't going to change his curse. He ain't coming back to change nothing. We walking this thing out, and we about to see what hour, what minutes we are in. So you all have a wonderful a night, evening, and sleep good. If you have problems sleeping, don't take medication. Exercise. Wear yourself out. And let me tell you the exercising. I'm going to make an exercising tape. And I'm going to make that exercising tape, and I'm going to show you where it's 8 minutes at night. And you can do 8 minutes in the morning and 8 at night. And you're going to sleep good. You're going to sleep good. I mean, really good. And the music that I'm going to have behind it is very relaxing. And see, what Sister Deborah is going to do is show you how to work out where you're going to like it. It ain't going to be like y'all talking all that. I'm going to teach you how to let your body go. Okay. But your body is going to go based on the beats. Once your body start to feel the beats, it start to relax with it and then move with it. And then you start to feel that, okay, I can do this. My body is feeling this beat. And then as that body keeps feeling the beat, you start moving your body toward the beat. And then that's where the exercising comes in. You're going to start feeling your stomach, your arms, everything just working out. But you got to keep it with the beat. It's all about staying with the beat. All the other music is good, but you don't look for the music. You look for the beat in the music. It's no words, it's beat. Okay? And that's what you look for. And when you're hearing it, and I might do it tomorrow, when you're hearing it, just move your body, just you and your body. And you just move and just move. You can do it with your kids, your husband, anybody, but just do it. 8 minutes at night, 8 minutes in the morning or in the afternoon, and just do it. And next thing you know, if you have to go to sleep, you're going to sleep good. You're going to sleep good. And it really helps the body, the float, and you got to put everything in it. You know, the hands, and when you're doing the beat, you just let that thing go. Just let it go. Just let yourself go. And it's the beat that you're going to capture, because the beat is going to hit the notes, and it's going to connect to your body, and you're just going to be moving your body based on the beats. And next thing you know, your stomach is exercising. Your arms are all your shoulders is in there. You see, because you're chasing the beat. So Sister Deborah is going to make that tape, and just so you all can see, and then I can give you the song, so you can too work with it. yourself. So our sister Deborah says, Shalom.